Hey, I know y'all thought we weren't gonna make it. Slow getting in this store tonight, but so much going on. I know we'll talk about it later in the show, but do you ever find like during this time you're trying to fit so many things into the day? That's where we are now. Y'all, it's time to go live tonight, talking about reciprocity. Are you getting back what you give? We live, y'all. Living rooms tonight. Let's go. I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back. Hello and welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Live with me, Tanya Dixon. You know, this is the greatest place for your artist interviews, your forums, the living room, the artist interviews, that's the soul spotlight, and then the forums, it's the living room, and then we got Who Spiked the Tea, all that. Well, tonight, you know, we're doing Friday nights. It's Who Spiked the Tea. That's our hot topics. And we'll also do the living room. The topic for tonight is reciprocity. Are you getting what you give? And this is a great time of year to have this conversation because, you know, it's almost time for everybody to do their giving when it comes to holiday season. And not everybody. Some people don't do it at all, but some of you out there. I know when January rolls around, you're rolling your eyes at folks like real hard. So let's talk about the whole thing, reciprocity tonight. So the people from the living room, they'll be in here in just a little bit. You know, we come straggling in pretty slow, but everybody gets in here. But sometimes just make it kind of slow in the door. Like I said, it's just like when you're at home in your own living room and people show up at your house and they just take the time getting there. You're like, uh, I said 9 o'clock. I said 10 after 9. And then I said 9. You just not getting here. But you know, it's the same way when you're at your house. So we do the same thing here. So be still, collect yourself, get some wine like I got my Moscato tonight and chill out because we'll be back to get it cracking in just a second. Here we go with our sponsor. Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Tandyland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. It's time for us to go ahead and start bringing people in. I got the ladies tonight. You know, last week we started off pretty much the same way. My same two ladies, they know how to show up for the party on time. So y'all go ahead and unmute yourselves and come on here in this living room. There we go. Coming in, coming in, coming in.
Hey,
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
everybody.
I see
hey,
somebody else coming in. Look, well, I see a gentleman who's coming in. So let's go ahead and
Abby.
bring him on in. I see turn him loose.
uh,
He green screening it tonight.
Yeah, green screening.
I see turn
yeah,
him loose
all
said he
right
got to
now.
have that background. How y'all doing?
I'm chilling, man.
All
All right
right,
now.
chilling back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
salutations.
And it's like, hello,
Happy
hello.
holidays, everybody.
happy
Yeah.
holidays. How
The
are y'all
thing.
dealing with that? We're like so close up on the Christmas holiday. How are y'all coping with that whole thing right now?
It don't even fully feel like Christmas to me this year. I guess it
Day
just
by
ain't hit
day.
me. it ain't hit me yet. I just barely got hit with a Christmas list from my 14-year-old. So I'm like, oh yeah. Like let me see what I can work with, what we can do. But it hadn't the smells and the spirit and the songs ain't fully hit me yet. So I need to do something this weekend to bring that on
Right.
in for us here.
Okay.
But one of these days, I'm
That
gonna send y'all a video of these houses. I'm telling y'all, right here on my street, it's like
right.
4 5 houses now, and
Uh-huh.
people in my circle are starting to join in with these lights things. So I'm gonna send y'all, hopefully, send y'all a video clip to see how real it gets on these streets over here, because
Wow.
they
Yeah.
pulling stuff out.
I actually thought about that like earlier today when I went outside. There's some houses back on behind me, and I see they got lights. And I said, you know what? Tomorrow night, I do need a ride over there and see. I knew I couldn't do it tonight. I said, I do need a ride over there and see what's over there. It looked pretty festive back over there. So that
Yeah,
is a good thing to do. See who's doing what out there. Who was it? What was I looking at today? This morning, and they were showing people in their
Yeah, I
Christmas
don't. I
lights.
don't.
Okay, they were showing people their Christmas lights, and it was pretty extravagant. I mean, I was like, dang. And so I know people have to have a hefty bill this time of the
yeah.
year if that's what they're doing. I ain't trying to do all that.
Well, they might enjoy it or don't mind giving that extra change away for the holidays. But I'm like, y'all go right on ahead. Y'all go right on ahead.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Well, you know how we always do. I like to see what everybody how your week was,
They can do it.
and then we go and to do the who spiked the tea. And I have to say, Michael, I didn't get the opening done this week. I have had technical issues, and like I said earlier, I've got to move everything from this computer to the other computer because this computer, when it takes this long to do a render, I think my system ran for 20 hours, and that's not right. That's I don't edit on PCs anyway. I edit on Macs, but when you take that long, you need to not do nothing on that. So I'm going to the other computer,
Right.
and so I should have something for Who's Back the Tea, even if it's an edited version by next week. He ain't said nothing yet, but that's okay. Him over there in Internal
He,
Loose World.
he, he over there eating.
What are you
Got some
eating?
snacks, cookies or something.
Eating. What are you eating?
Oatmeal raisin cookies made by the Amish people. I bought them from the Amish folks.
Okay.
So then they must be
Oh
real
wow!
good. They got some
Hey,
real fresh churned butter in them or something.
I'm trying to tell you, hey, these something going good.
I know that's right. You know what? And I need to early on tell
What you drinking on
people
tonight,
about.
Mike?
See, right now, I got some beer now, but then I got whatever this here. Where my camera at?
Oh, that don't sound too. That look like some medicine.
Oh no!
Tequila 512, whatever the hell it is.
You know what? I
And no,
think that
that's
is.
512. That's 512.
Yeah, Tequila
Yeah.
512. I don't know if it's from Austin or not, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that is. That's a
We
military
got
shit.
Trying to be a.
we got to work on your green screen, Mike. We
It
gonna
ain't a
work on
green
your.
screen. It's just a background. I guess if you
Okay.
tell me you got a green screen, you can do whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, you was going around the room, wasn't you?
Yeah, I'll start with Veronica. How was your week? Don't be telling me what to do. Go try to roll his eyes at me.
Hey
Veronica,
everybody!
how was hey?
Hey everybody! And my week was real good. It's I'm just trying to deal with this weather here in North Carolina. North Carolina got some of the craziest weather going on here, so I'm really just trying to deal with it and sit back and try to write a couple of poems down. Trying to get my mind right.
Oh,
Okay.
get the mind right.
Cool. 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 All right, Miss Margo, how was your week?
Busy. Besides being busy, a little trying, had a little sit down and had to bring Black Mama out to talk to my sons about some little things, some silly stuff. But besides getting through that, just dealing with me, dealing with stress, dealing with trying to, decompress and let go of some things. So that's what I've been working on personally. So that way I ain't feeling it in my neck like I was earlier this week. I don't want that feeling.
I understand wholeheartedly. Mike. Look at you. What you look around? You got a bunch of drinks over there. Is that what I'm seeing?
No, that's my what's they call it, Cantana set, canteen, whatever they call it, Cantona, what's them things?
Oh, okay.
Where you pour your drink in, and then when people come over, you take the top off and pour it out of their drink.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know I forgot the name of what they call it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. I forgot what kind of the name of the set was.
In the man cave.
Mm-hmm. I've been in here restructuring and reorganizing, man.
I see, because it looks different from the last week's and everything. So yeah. How was your week?
Man, I was been doing schoolwork, staying up late. I was up for like 2 days at a time. Then my body crashed. I was up for another day and a half. Body crash. I don't know, man. Just
being Dr. Dre, writing songs.
Yeah, just little instances, I guess, of stress, anxiety, just the stuff that this kind of happened, but nothing bad, And then the last 2 days, I've just been real busy. 13,392 steps.
Okay. All right. You gotta beat my record. My record is 30,000. Let me know when you get to 20.
Okay, there, one upper.
I'm just serious. That is what I used to do all the time.
Won't even let me, 20 was my average. Let me live in my glory.
No, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get you to elevate your game.
I will. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna mess with Mike. Mike is an easy mark for me tonight. He's an easy mark for me tonight. So I ain't gonna mess with you no more. But no, I'm just serious though. It's something that I'm actually trying to go back there myself. It's not just me saying it to you. I used to do that all the time. And right now I'm only averaging, I can't say nothing because I'm topping out at 9,000. So I'm serious, and that's not good. I'm between 6,000 and 9,000. So that ain't good. I got to get back to where I was. Maybe not the 30, maybe not even the 20, but a good 15 might be good. So
hey, as long as you're doing something, you get it, girl.
Yeah.
It don't matter. You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic thing set everybody back, man.
Yes, it definitely did.
Right.
Definitely did.
Yeah,
and then I hit my foot too, and then I had to come back from that too. So well, y'all, this week was just busy. It was just like a blend of days, and I didn't get any of the things done that I really, really wanted done. I worked on my art piece, I almost got that to where I want to present. I was going to do it tonight, but then I looked and I said, I'm almost there. Because that first impressions are, they're lasting. And so I said I hadn't done her lips yet. And I was doing the facial structure and all that. And I said, you know what? Stop rushing it. Next week is technically going to be the Christmas show. And so next week we can do that. And I'll probably talk about my company a little bit next week instead of this week and all that, just because that's the official Christmas show next week. So it was just
be our
busy.
present. That'll be our present.
That'll be my present for me.
They'll be our present. Yeah.
And so this week I
Margo.
just said it was.
Yes.
How she gonna just yell out
Veronica,
I'm
waiting.
Talking
about me?
Do you drink a little wine?
I'm just on green tea. I'm, green tea.
Well, you bring
Green
some.
tea.
It's gonna be our Christmas party / my birthday party next week. So
Okay, we go give
Okay.
Veronica
I'll
just
I'll see
with
what I can
Thanksgiving,
do.
have a little birthday.
Okay, yeah, we'll do Veronica's birthday party / Christmas party
Thanksgiving
next
will turn
week.
up for the holidays.
And then
Yeah.
everybody next week wear your holiday gear, whether red or whatever color, Santa hat, elf hat, dress like an elf, whatever you want to do,
Oh,
will
that'll be
be next
perfect.
week.
I
Yeah, we'll
gotta
do all that next week.
like I gotta wear it to work anyway, so that'll be perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do all that. But you know something? It's time for Who Spiked the Tea. Now, Mike, you want me to play like I played it last week, or you just want me to wait until next week? Last week I played the video. Were you here?
Oh, was I on?
I don't know if you were here
Yeah.
yet, but I played your
Just like
Who Spiked the Tea
yeah.
video.
What?
Yeah,
Get out of here,
Yes,
girl.
I
yeah.
sure did. So I tell you what,
Play the video.
let's
Play
it's
the
right now,
video.
y'all. This is the raw uncut, but starting next week, you will see us put it all together. Okay, here we go.
Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Somebody spiked that tea. Hell nah, wasn't me. Chilling on the Friday night, live in the living room. Art imitates life, it's a vibe and we feeling good. Time to sit back and relax, so take a load off. Pour a little something in your glass, work mode off. Dive into the swimming pool, bad news and good news. Like vibes in this living room, I'm glad I got insurance. This platform has few rules, so you do what you choose. Know that we support and raising brands like Two Scoops. We talk about it all, it don't matter what your topic is. You gotta get involved, quiet time, it don't happen here, so have no fear. Go grab your beer, green or pine, wine, brown or clear. It's our love, fam, you alright with me. But first you gotta tell me, who spiked the tea? Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? Me spiked the tea. Somebody spiked that tea. Hell no, wasn't me.
Ready to start participating.
What's that?
Y'all gonna have to get ready to start participating on
I
that.
did. I was
That's a
doing
two-part. That's a two-part harmony. Two-part harmony.
And you know what, Mike? I should have played the other one, the updated one. But I'm looking at that one. I'm doing the editing for that one. And
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. I'm gonna do some stuff with it, and it's gonna, bring it all in. But that was raw and uncut, y'all. That was some raw. Who spiked the tea right there?
Who spiked the tea?
Get ready.
Me spiked the tea. Y'all better get ready. All y'all better get ready.
Yeah, and I was ready. I was ready. You weren't watching because
Hey.
we were saying it at the same time. So, okay,
Veronica gonna come in and be like, "Who spiked the tea?"
Who spiked the tea?
Hey, Margo.
Yeah. Like, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
She goes, hey, Margo, you spiked that tea.
What's the spiked tea?
Right.
Okay, yeah. All right, y'all. Let's see. Okay. This first story here, let's go ahead and just rev it up a little bit. This first story here kind of tripped me out a little bit. Y'all might have heard of this already. CEO fires 900 employees over a Zoom call.
Oh,
have y'all heard that?
Yeah.
No, what happened?
He said your employment is terminated effective immediately. The chief executive of the U.S.-based digital mortgage lending company fired 900 people on Zoom call ahead of the holiday season. About 15% of the company's employees in the U.S. and India were abruptly laid off as a part of a cost-cutting exercise. Vishal Garg, the head of Better.com, can be heard saying in a video that a video call that reportedly took place last week. And on this call, which has not been verified, with everybody, that's being widely shared on YouTube. And this dude, he said, if you're on this call, You are part of the unlucky group that is being laid off. Your employment here is terminated
Oh
effective
wow.
immediately. Isn't it something? And he says,
That,
this isn't news that you're going to want to
Crazy.
hear. Yep. But ultimately, it was my decision, and I wanted you to hear it from me. It's been a really, really challenging decision to make. This is the second time in my career I'm doing this, and I do not want to do this. The last time I did it, I cried. This time, I hope to be stronger. This is what he said. So,
Mm.
what do y'all think about that? I mean, of course, you're telling me yeah, it's crazy, and I feel the same way. But what would you do if you walked into your job and that happened to you? How would you react? What would be your reaction?
Man,
y'all
I
don't
would have
want to
been
know my
sad at
reaction.
first. Yeah.
Y'all don't want to know my reaction. I think that's heartless to do it on a Zoom
Mhm.
call. I mean, it should have been a little
Yes.
bit more decent. And 900 people at once, like really at
mm,
once.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
it's just like,
That's right.
they not taking it lightly. I'm sure they sitting around thinking and conjuring up something to do. 'Cause this, yeah, this
no
is
I've
too
been
bueno.
looking at
hard.
my
I don't think a
contract.
lot of them are just gonna mess with it easy.
Right.
But
That
I
may
would have
not
been
go
looking at
over
my
too easy. I
contract trying
agree.
to find out if they do that.
No
I've
bueno.
been looking in the
Mm,
contract to see if that was possible.
right. I can see that too.
A
Yeah.
lawyer or
To see
somebody.
right. Because
Hmm.
that just seems a little out there to me. And I hope it was a hoax, but I don't think that
Hmm.
it was, because a lot of times when I pull these
Wow.
articles, is if it's been proven that it is a hoax, before I come on the air, when I click on this story, it no longer exists. If somebody has seen that it wasn't there, they either do a retraction or they just pull it completely, and I see that it's still there. So it looks like it is
yeah,
an actual real story that occurred, and that's unfortunate. That's terribly unfortunate
yeah,
that someone
yeah.
saw fit to
Yeah.
do that. That's really unfortunate. But
Right.
you know what, y'all? I'm going to leave that one there. There's not much more you can say about that one. It's just really hard.
Mm.
Okay, but check this out here. So see how y'all feel about this. A woman is reportedly breastfed her cat on a flight to
What?
Atlanta. Yeah, that's what it said. That's what it said.
Boy,
That's
listen.
too much stuff for the animal. That's too
Let
much
me
stuff
go
for
ahead
that.
and pull it.
Mike, you got this one. You got
It's
this one,
too much.
Mike.
Oh man, look.
And a woman flying from
No.
Uh-oh, she is nine something. Her
to
stuff
Yeah.
messing up.
began breastfeeding here.
Mm-hmm.
It look
So
at them cat themselves. I love animals, but they can be some funny looking suckers.
Not no
I love
cat,
them,
man.
but
Come
they
on.
just funny looking. So the incident happened on board Delta Flight 1360, according to what appears to be an image of an aircraft communications addressing a reporting system posted on social media. The passenger seated in 13A was approached by a flight attendant put that back area, and the woman reportedly refused. The ACAR, which communicates to ground transportation, read, "Passenger in 13A is breastfeeding a cat and will not put cat back in his carrier when flight attendant requests." It said a request from the airline's red coat team to address the situation upon the plane's landing could also be seen. So
Her and that
she
damn
had
cat would have been
whole
out.
incident that occurred.
I'm just wondering,
Oh
like,
man,
And the
y'all
damn
seem to
cat would have
find
been
the humor
gone.
in it.
I'm like, if that's what you do with your animals,
Oh,
you love your animals that much, that's fine. Do that in the confines of your home, or at least prepackage the milk, some little bottles, but not out in public because everybody don't get that. They don't. We love animals.
Yeah.
You may not love them that much. That's a little extra. That's a little extra.
Yeah, that is
A lot
wholeheartedly
extra.
extra.
Not a little,
That's
a
worse
lot
than,
extra.
hearing about a parent still breastfeeding their child at 5 years old. That's a little, that kind of weird. I just don't. Not no cat. Not no cat. I'm
Right.
sorry.
That's out there.
I'm
And
just
like I
sorry.
said, it is really right. It's bad enough that it's a cat in general, but when it's the hairless cats and some of those hairless cats, some of them are mean, some
Ooh,
of them are just like, I guess they mad because they ain't got no
they're
hair.
the
I
ugliest
don't know
thing on
what
the
it is,
earth.
but they could be.
Mm.
Mm.
And so I just happen to love animals, but I do know what you're saying. I know what you're saying
But if you
wholeheartedly.
take further, does she got a child, and so she breast?
Be
How's
very
your milk coming
fun.
in? I mean, like I'm thinking on the mother part, like, how's your milk coming in, and do you got an infant? Are they you and the cat and the child, or like what's going on?
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's something that I thought about too. Is there a baby, and
yeah,
was there a baby around that she hasn't tried up yet, and the baby wasn't there or something? It was weird. That's all I can say. It's just straight weird, and we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that right where it is.
Well, I ain't
Michael,
got
you don't
no
have nothing to
problem.
say?
I ain't got no
Her and that
problem
damn cat would have been on the
with
no.
the breasts. My life was saved due to the breast milk, so I'm not, I know the wonders of breast milk, and you know, uh, those things are all right with me. You know what I'm saying? Now the whole
A cat though. Come on now.
well,
A
hey,
cat.
look, I tell you what, if everybody was minding their business, nobody would have known she was milking a cat or whatever.
And this fuck had to be hairless. Oh no.
Now
Oh
I
man, that
mean,
is
now
funny as
people in
hell to
her row,
me.
the people in her row may have had a problem with it. Like you don't feel none of them cat teeth on your nip on your nips, nothing. You just nothing. So that don't
ain't
hurt.
no
That
regular
would have been
teeth.
me. That would have been me.
Yeah.
I'd have been asking question. That don't hurt. That cat teeth ain't bite you not now time. You know what I mean? You know. So how long this been going on? I'd have started off asking, oh, she'd have been like, oh, ever since he
Would have
came out,
been he would
on and
start
never
an
like, oh,
interview.
man, hell yeah, I'd have been
Right.
asking all kind of questions. Yeah,
Mike
I
would have
Lord
would
have
gone
have.
on a
mercy,
full
Jesus.
fledged interview.
Oh, I would have. I would have. I'd have had
I
fun
ain't
with
mad
that one.
about that.
I'd have had fun with it.
Yeah, because
I'd
that's
have
a little
had fun.
weird. That's straight up a
Hey,
little weird,
you know, I think these people do this stuff for attention, man. 'Cause there's no way,
That's
like,
true.
Mhm.
most people know what's acceptable in society, and uh, some people don't conform to society. But I think that whoever that was just thought it was okay to just whip it out and say, here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty. Now,
You're so stupid. But it
hey,
fits. I get it. It fits.
sorry, I just, I couldn't
Yeah.
pass the hands on that one. I'm sorry. I'd have been in there. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm done, man. We good.
All of y'all froze just now, but I think I was the one that's frozen. But I caught Michael's Luther Campbell kitty
Yeah.
call kitty call.
Yeah. All titty, all on the plane.
Oh my God. Lord help him. Lord help this fool. Help this fool. Help this fool. He's a fool, man.
Okay,
You're the
I
fool,
want to go
Mike.
to
You're
the
a
next story, but
fool.
I can't stop laughing about Michael's kitty call. Okay, okay,
Mm,
okay.
That was
So
a
let's
She
move
had
on
to
to the
breathe.
next story.
Had to breathe on that.
Yeah, I had to breathe that one out for a minute. Okay, Cardi.
Who?
Think
You
Cardi
froze.
B, but
You
Yeah,
froze. She froze.
They say here's the article. Shout out to hiphopdx.com.
Hey, just to let you know, you freezing up. So every now and then we catch a little bit of what you saying.
Right.
Take a screenshot. Somebody take a screenshot. Hurry up.
Cardi B confronts Miami.
Somebody take a screenshot, please. I ain't got my phone.
Seen it too. So
I know exactly what you're talking about. We can barely. We can see you. You blurry. You're blurry.
Yeah, it's that time. Everybody's getting on.
Man.
Yeah, you're blurry.
But that's what
you're
breaking
up.
Yeah,
I know what story you're talking about. I heard a little bit about. I heard Cardi B, and then I heard So I figured you were talking about Cardi B in Miami because the people in line was asking and telling her that they wasn't letting black people in.
Whoa.
Yeah. They was in a club in Miami, and the young ladies that was in line was saying, "Hey, they ain't letting black people in," and Cardi B was like, "Let the black women in, let black girls in." You know what I mean? And she started doing her thing, and she listened and entertained it for a minute, and started talking to them. They were like, "Yeah, we gonna get them in. We just got to get you in first. We got to get you in first." And I don't know. I don't know what other information you had besides that.
Am I still breaking up a lot?
Yes. It's terrible reception. Okay. Horrible. Just oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't help it. This is AT&T, y'all. I got AT&T. So anybody that say the AT&T is the good one, hey, that's who I got right now. So they got the commercials talking about the other guys. Look at mine. You know. So, but I tell you, well, if you want me to read it, do y'all still want me to read it?
Yeah, do your thug thizzle.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. It says getting into a nightclub can be tricky. But when you're a superstar like Cardi B, there's usually aren't any issues. Now, while she was at Miami's E11 Even nightclub on Saturday night, last weekend, a group of black women were stuck outside and claimed that the security weren't letting black women in. One woman even claimed that she was the wife of the Miami Dolphins player. Now, Cardi B caught wind of it, like Michael said, better let that black woman in here. And then she said, "Let me here. Security, let them in." So, you know, actually, I should have done my Cardi B voice. I've heard it enough. I should have been able to do that. But so I guess, like you said, Michael, they had told her that, you know, they wanted to get her in first and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know in the final analysis if it was truly a thing of not letting black women in or not, but that is something that has brought some attention to that whole situation. So let's just say hypothetically that it is true. I bet you they're kind of watching themselves a little bit right now.
I tell you what, if we passed 20 minutes. If motherfucker don't want to allow me in their club and allow me to come in and as a patron in their establishment, fuck you in your club. I'm taking my money elsewhere. I'm not gonna stand there and still try to get in when they don't want me. And you don't want me here, I'm not gonna stay here. Bye. Now, I understand that it's not right, and then you know, hey, I have a right to be in here, and blah 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 blah, and you want to contest it and all of that, and they may have a viable claim, legitimate claim. But hey, y'all, let's go party somewhere. If you got money,
that's right.
Go bless somebody else who allowing you in.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's kind of crazy. We've seen stuff before, and I hope that's not it. But yeah, we have seen plenty of things happen like this before. I am having some. Are anybody else having trouble between Instagram and Facebook right now, or is it just me?
I ain't been messing with it today. I've been I've been trying to clean and reorganize and do some stuff in here.
Okay, because I'm having some issues, but let's see if it happens. Because I was just posting, I seen I'm having some issues. Like I was hitting the same thing over and over a bunch of times, you know, and it never did work. I was trying to connect them to, like post on Instagram and let it go to Facebook, and it never would do it. So I'm going to do it again in a few minutes with another set of pictures. And so I'll be screenshotting and some other stuff in a minute just to see if it works out. But yeah, so that's that. Well, that's the whole Cardi B thing. So we're going to leave that one alone. We leave that right where it is. Whatever happened, let's get in. All right. Can y'all see me before I go any further?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How? What? What?
Stop, Mike.
No, I'm messing with you. You good? You good?
But actually, I am having trouble as I speak right now. My system is doing all kinds of stuff, but we're going to hang in there. All right. Everybody pretty much knows that back in the day, Aunt Viv and Will Smith had problems with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, she
Janet
did. She
Hubert
did
is
some
her
videos
ex-wife.
too.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it was a beef, a long-standing beef. Well, this week it turned out a little different. Aunt Viv is hospitalized, and she penned a note to Will Smith. So I found this to be interesting because of that long-standing feud that was Aunt Viv, a long-standing feud. I guess she had with Will. I don't know if it was exactly with Will or against Will. It might have been more against Will than exactly with Will. So here's the deal. Janet Hubert, our favorite Aunt Viv from the hit show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, was hospitalized. It's unclear as to why she was hospitalized, but she took to Instagram with a post and delete with a picture of her and Smith, and here's the caption: "Don't waste precious time, people, in anger. Yes, people will do you wrong, and you must fight for truth no matter how long. And if you can get the truth you seek, find love again as we have." Then she says, "Life is too short as I am in the hospital as I write this all to you. Holding on to anger will eat you alive, but truth at any cost, reputation is priceless. I love you, Will, for being strong enough to tell the truth and share your hurts and trauma. Now we close the doors and live our lives. Peace out." What do y'all think about that? That's a long time. That, in my understanding, and I'm trying to remember.
It's nothing life threatening.
Yeah, she actually was upset. My understanding from back in the day, when she was fired, because she felt like she should have had more camera time and more focus should have been on her and other characters. Well, her as a parent and on the other characters, and it didn't turn out that way. She's not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and so I think that was the beef that they were having, and he fired her, and they didn't speak for quite some time. It was very ugly. And so apparently, Will has been more focused on being more vocal to the public. And they had some conversation, obviously. And then she brought it to the public. Michael, what are you eating now?
Some crumbs from them cookies. They must be that good. Yeah, it's gotta be
going
the crumbs.
It's going in on those cookies.
I'm sorry. I have not. I told you I've been busy, so I have not eaten. So these oatmeal raisins is what's got me. But keep going with the story, because I remember the story, because she went on Facebook or whatever it was, and she was going in on him, and I think she wants to make right the situation between them two based on past videos. I'm trying to understand why now. You know what I mean? Is it, and I'm not trying to be rude, but is it because you sick now and you want to get all of the negativity off of your chest because you don't know your fate at this point? Or is this something to where both of them had a conversation, and she wanted to go, hey, I blasted him on public. Let me apologize in public.
I think they had a conversation. That's the impression that I'm getting, is that there was a conversation that took place, and because she said that he talked about his hurts and pain. Will has been very transparent. That's what happens when you be on those lists and you know that your time is going to be short. It's time to come out and tell some truths and do as much work as you can, because they're gonna pull that card in a minute. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Wow. I'm just stunned, because I mean, I was always told that they're gonna make it right before something do happen. So maybe she just felt like it was her time.
Yeah.
And I think they talked on that reunion they had for the cast members of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was I don't know exactly how long, but I want to say about a year and a half ago or something like that. But when they did the reunion, they had kind of tried to clear the air and put whatever it was that was going on and what they was reading from the whole situation, individually, just saying, this is how I felt, this is how it was perceived by me, and then he was like, that's not what I was doing. But I think it was a struggle with him being a young producer and telling her, as an older woman that's been in the business a lot longer, because Will didn't have like any formal training, right, before he started being on Fresh Prince. And so she's been in all kind of stuff and plays, and and I think it was a struggle with that, with him being in lead and her just kind of getting instructions from him. So that was a big issue. But with her coming out now, I think that's just more so for the public to just say, hey, y'all, it's time to start squashing beef with all this stuff. Just as they have made up, other people should take that into respect and just do something about whatever it is they feel like that could be that big, huge problem that could still be lingering and making them angry and carrying that, that weight or that negativity around, when they could just release it and let it go.
Right, exactly. And the crazy thing is, I remember there was a time, once upon a time, when when people were crossing over, like rappers going in to be actors and stuff like that, and then people didn't accept all that too well. I interviewed Will right before he started doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I remember he's a real character, really nice dude, and so I could see it. I could see him getting that role. But the thing is, I remember people had problems when they would watch folks like that transition and transform over into another industry. It took a little while for people to accept music artists in television shows and movies and stuff, and getting the same type of clout
Something serious,
as actors.
yeah.
Right. And she was a stage actress too. So I'm sure she was like, wait a minute now. So I can understand to a degree, but it led to something really, really big. And I really wish that she would have held on a little longer before being so vocal. And maybe she would have seen some more days there. Just kind of held on a bit before verbalizing too much. That's what I say. I wish that she would have held on before putting too much of that vocal out there. Because some people thought that music performers being in acting was going to be short-lived. And it wasn't. It went into
Yeah.
So,
And some crossovers, I'm not sure, because when you come from sports and you act, I don't know. I kind of
if the talent is there, the talent is there.
There's a couple of people that's coming from the sports scene that's crossing over trying to act, and I don't know. I don't know.
You gotta think, man, like these people went to school. They probably, some of them probably were scholars. Probably some of them was in theater arts. They probably played a different sport. They just happened to be known for this one. and then they like, well, let me exploit everything else. You know, I'm at the point where I can do this. I feel like if they got the talent, they got the talent. You know, talent speaks for itself, but we get, I understand where you're coming from, because you be like, hey, bro, you just need to stick the ball in, bro, because, you know, but then if it's legit, it's legit. And, you know, a lot of people don't even, like, some of them cats probably got some banging lyrics and some banging beats, you know what I'm saying? But nobody give them the time of day. Like, who is this cat? Like, you don't even give them time of day. You don't even listen to it. You never know.
Right. That's true.
You never know. You know,
because so it even happened.
Steph Curry
even happened. Think about it. We had a lot of crossovers. Look at how comedians and all even went into radio and all. They went into acting and radio and all too. And I remember when that was happening, people like radio people, for instance, would have a problem with that. I mean, because they felt like they had gone to school, they had gotten the training, and you know, like I didn't go to school for it, but they said I had a voice, and so that's how I got into it. But it was, and some of them didn't have the voice. I've seen people who didn't have that. It had a funny sounding voice on radio, but still, it was something that was needed. Apparently, it was a trend that started that has never stopped. So we had a lot of changing trends, and some people just didn't accept it very well. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the sports people that have done well besides Shaquille O'Neal. I like Shaquille in some things. I think that he's funny in some stuff because he seems to be just kind of funny in general, but he doesn't do anything that I can think of lately besides all the commercials. But he's been in movies and stuff too, right? Yeah. Just trying to think back about that. You know, but it does, like Margo says, it doesn't always translate very well. It just doesn't always translate very well. So I get that.
He just
but you know what?
Let's hear them golden pipes, Margo. Let's hear them golden pipes.
Nah.
I know, right? Well, you know what? Speaking of artists, Drake. Drake's 2022 Grammy nominations have been withdrawn. I don't know if you all heard about this, but he decided that he's standing on his own. Y'all, what it is here?
She broke up. You broke up. You're breaking up.
Rap performance. I mean, weeks ago, it was announced that
she froze again.
Okay. Let's see, it's 10:13. We'll start to clear up in a minute. I start to clear up in a minute. It takes a little moment for my situation over here to relax. But am I back now? Y'all see me now?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you freeze again and see. I'm snapping the hell out these pictures as soon as you freeze.
Okay. All right. And the Grammy nominations announcement ceremony a few weeks back, it was announced by the 35-year-old Drake that am I out? Okay.
No, you're good.
That he earned himself 2 nods for the year, Best Rap Album for Certified Lover Boy and Best Rap Performance for his Future and Young Thug collab track, Way Too Sexy. Well, according to Variety, the father of one and his management team have made a decision to withdraw their submissions, with the Grammys choosing to honor the rapper's requests. He has yet to address the choice publicly at this time, but his motivation remains unclear. Now, I think he had spoken about it a little bit further back. He holds 4 wins and 47 nominations, but last year he expressed his opinion that it's time for a change to come in the industry. And he said he wants calling for something new that we can build up over time and pass on the generations to come. Now, They would say he was mad after blatant snub of the weekend. The artist the week, despite his obvious success. And shout out to hotnewhiphop.com for that article and Newsbreak. So what do y'all think about this? Him just deciding that he's gonna here take y'all damn Grammy nominations. I don't want this crap. I mean, what do y'all think about that?
Hey, I just feel he growing up. His mind is on something else. I guess something else that deems, is more important.
Right.
So, hey, I can't
Right.
be mad. You know what you want and you know what you don't want, and you just change and you evolve
Exactly.
and you do something different. So more power to
I
you,
think
Drake.
that
Right.
right.
And I feel like when you in a position to turn it down and not care, I mean, you really don't. You're already a millionaire, trillionaire, whatever his status is. So what's one more?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm good. Appreciate it. Thanks. The world knows it. I probably, I was nominated or I probably would have won, but I'd rather, you know, have another cause or something. So
Mm-hmm.
can't be mad at that.
Yeah. I get that. I'm really a little bit more interested to see if he is really wanting to see a change with the Grammys or if he's mad about what happened with the weekend. That's where my mind goes a little bit more to
Maybe
that.
both.
If you
Maybe
really want
both.
to see, yeah, it could be that. If you really want to see a change in the industry, but it's really kind of funny though. You want to see a change in the industry when you are also part of the problem. So I don't really get what his
Mm.
narrative is. I'm just saying, you got to be a little bit more transparent to me about why it is that you're doing this little boycott. Give me a little bit more about this boycott. Wait a minute, doggone it, Michael. Did you send me a screenshot of me frozen?
Yeah, probably a bunch of them too. Probably a bunch of them too.
Michael
The one where she was bent
crazy.
over backwards. The one where she was
Yeah,
bent
but
over
I'm like,
backwards.
Yeah, when she was off to the side, leaned over to the side.
Yeah.
I was obviously laughing about something, and I'm so mad that
Yeah.
my service here is tripping like this. But hopefully, as the night gets low, you know how I go through the 9 o'clock hour, especially where
Yeah.
I am horrible. My coverage is horrible. But as the time goes on, it gets better. I don't know what the
See,
hell goes on
I see my,
9 o'clock.
I see Mike ain't playing, and Mike ain't playing with his camera thing. I'm gonna stay like this.
What what
Just stay the
I'm
whole
trying to
time.
tell you. I'm gonna catch all y'all
Better
ass.
watch Mike.
I'm gonna catch all y'all.
Okay. Okay, y'all. Here's another story because we got to get ready to end these stories in a minute and go on to the main topic. But while we can, there's a few here on it to jump on because this week I have totally
Crazy.
edited their things because I had a lot more crazy stuff too that I wanted to talk about, but it's not enough time. Uh, they all family story. Just
Tanya.
you
Oh
frozen
man.
again?
well, the
Steve?
jury has found Jesse Smollett guilty of falsely
Yeah.
reporting a hate crime.
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
and so the
Yes.
former umpire actor found guilty on Thursday of 5 counts of felony. Is it doing it again? Am I frozen again?
Yes, you were.
Just
Am I frozen?
no,
Not now, but
not
you were.
frozen.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, then somebody else is gonna have to start taking some of these articles because when I freeze, y'all need to take over. But okay. So he was on Thursday found guilty, 5 counts of felony conduct for making false reports to the police and he was a victim of a hate crime. This was in January of 2019. Well, his defense team said they will appeal the verdict, and they said the jurors, they deliberated over the course of 2 days in the trial that in his accomplices strikingly testimony over what happened. And Smollett maintained his innocence on the stand and denied all accounts of Alabinho and the two guys. I can't the two acquaintances. I can't get those names.
Don't
And he
even
knew from the television. Prosecutors pointed to the testimony and evidence that they were paid by Smollett, who is Black and gay, to stage a fake hate crime attack to garner sympathetic media coverage. So, y'all, what is that? What do you think that sentence is going to be like for that? Is anything with that?
Not sure.
No,
but
I don't know. Let's see what the
real
disorderly
light for him, I guess.
disorderly. The charge is a class 4 felony and punishable up to 3 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. So we shall see what happens on that.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Any
comments
that you have? Like,
you know, with the whole cancel thing, the whole cancel culture thing, and all these groups and everything. So, what happened if the judge decides to make a choice so that they don't get hit with the, LGBTQ bashing and then the whole whatever. Like, I mean, you're guilty, but I mean, what happens with the sentencing piece if it's like we can't make it too harsh because it's gonna look like, it's gonna look like we doing it simply because of something. You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because to me a crime is a crime. But I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about that, because the way that I see it is this, because I have seen this story not even get a lot of coverage.
So
media.
What possessed him?
I guess I just feel like I feel like, put it like this here: you have some people that play to the public. You know what I'm saying? And then what if it's a judge that's up for re-election or this, that, and the other, or whatever the case may be, and then his support or his money comes from the LGBT community. So sometimes you have to be like, oh man, sometimes you have people, these politicians and all that, sometimes they do certain things and use certain cases to boost themselves and or to make themselves. So it could be I got to show people that I'm tough on crime, and then it's got to be like, oh, well, I got to cater to my supporters or my you know what I mean, the people that's helping my campaign or whatever the case may be. That's all I'm saying. I get it. Crime is a crime. I'm not saying like take it light on them. I never said take it light on them. I'm saying, do you think that a judge may or may not decide to do some type of sentence that's fair? I mean, they got to do everything in accordance with the law, but I mean, like, you got black folk every day to do something small and minute, and they get 30, 40 years. You want to do the one dude that got caught raping all the little kids got probation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. A crime is a crime.
I got you.
But he got probation for raping little kids.
That's crazy. Anyway. That's crazy as all hell to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy as all hell. You know something?
Anyway, yeah.
What are you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. What I found to be really strange about this is that I didn't see as much coverage on this the verdict.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
Strange. Yeah.
Because you put what are you trying to avoid? Because if it's televised and if it's made public, somebody maybe like being unfair and this, that, and the other. You know, you get, you know, people protesting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
To me, I'm laughing at these pictures that you sent of my freezing, of the freezation. The freezation is off the chain.
Yeah, he was
The
getting all of this.
freezation is off
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I tell you what. Now, I should put them on social media so we can laugh about them, but I have to look at it and see. It might be an after. Y'all know I don't see that well. And so I have to take some time to really look at them and see if it's something I want to put out there. But it's funny. It's funny. It's all fun.
What if they didn't show it on TV? What if they didn't show it on TV because it doesn't support the actual agenda?
Yeah, I have. I don't know if I can say, but there is the two sides, and we know what the media does. And my understanding is the behind the story that I can't talk about here on the air. He is on that side. I think they reported this only because they had to, and they gave only a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
They reported it only because they had to. And they didn't give the story the justice that they would have if it was somebody else. That's all I'm going to say. And then we'll leave it right there because I don't want to start no arguments and no fights. So, you know,
like live in his living room.
Huh? What you say?
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did he do it for publicity, just to get recognized? I mean, what did he do it for in start with? What possessed him to do it?
He wanted to get paid more. He wanted to get paid more for his role.
Yeah, that's the story they gave. Yeah,
it ain't that much money in the world.
Yep, that's the story that they gave.
It ain't that much money in the world.
But
not to put myself out there and then go and tell a lie behind it. I mean, to tell a lie behind it, you know, I couldn't put myself out there like that. And then just for telling a lie, you get ready to go to jail and pay all this money.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Just behind the lie.
Exactly. You know, I see Bridget has made it into the chat. What's up? Bridget in Texas.
No.
Turn them loose.
Rolla made it in.
All right.
Jacobs made it in.
Yeah, Rolla. All right, Rolla. What's up? Rolla to you. All right. So, you know, we kind of slow tonight, and then I'm freezing, but we get ready to spruce it up a lot. Now, the next story, this was going to be my last story, but now the story is missing. The story is missing. I don't really want to talk about this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City thing with the people wanting to get Mary out. I don't really get her on her racist comments. I haven't really gotten into that franchise, and so it would be doing me just an injustice for me to even talk about it. But there was a story out there that is actually missing, and the story was about Wendy Williams not coming back in 2022. And again, they were hyping that whole thing with Sherry Shepherd replacing her. But when I went back to the story just now so that I can go live with the story, it is now missing. And so I noticed that a lot when it comes to Wendy's stories and things like that. She has people, and it's not the first time that I have gone to see something earlier with her, and it come time to talk about it, that it is completely missing. So she's got some people who are covering her behind because, you know, they say it's that Graves' disease that she's having trouble with. But as I said on the show here about a month ago, it is being reported allegedly by I know one of the bloggers here on YouTube. Tasha K has reported it that she's back having trouble with drugs again. So I don't know, and says she's in rehab. So I don't really know what the whole situation is. But for some reason, her people are snatching that story to make sure that it is not out there. So I guess if it shows up again, because I keep hearing that Sherry Shepherd is the front runner to replace her. So I don't know, I'm hoping and that we get some information on it soon. I like the show. I'm not really that fond of. I mean, I like Leah Remini, okay, but watching Leah Remini and her sidekick Michelle every day, that hasn't been boring to me. I like when Michael Rappaport and Sherry Shepherd and Bill Bellamy were, doing the hosting for her. But I there's all these days with Leah Remini. It's been just a little on the boring side to me. And they better do something before they lose some viewers. Oh, I know that. That's just my opinion.
Right.
They're gonna lose some viewers there. So y'all, guess what? It's time to go on in this living room so we can talk about reciprocity. All right, y'all. So hang on, let's get it cracking. Hey, welcome to the living room. We's here, we's back. This is the main topic of discussion for tonight. And this is something that this time of the year is very relevant, to talk about something like reciprocity. And the topic is reciprocity. Are you getting what you give? And for people out there who don't know what reciprocity is, let me give you a more of official type of definition. It is the process of changing things with other people in order to gain mutual benefit. The norm of reciprocity, sometimes referred as rule of reciprocity, is a social norm where if someone does something for you, you then feel obligated to return the favor. Okay. So this is very relevant for now because we're here in the holiday season. This is the present giving type of season, and we always hear people. They always struggle over what to give somebody, get a present and to give somebody. And then sometimes they struggle because they think about previous years where they've given somebody something and they've given them back something, either nothing or something of lesser value, or not put any type of thought or anything into it. And there becomes a tug of war of how to gift someone at this time of the year because of the whole thing with that reciprocity. Are you getting back what you have given, something of equal value or greater? So in general, anybody experience this at all, or know anything about it?
Mike, you go first.
No, you don't go first. If you got something on your mind, speak.
No, I'm just being funny, just putting you on the spot. But
I know.
Anything tell me, are you getting it back? I want to say no concerning myself, but I'm looking at it different now because I can't always just expect, what I put out that somebody's gonna equally match it. But I'd love for you to think about it, at least be like, if I do this service or something for you, like at least think about it. You like, dude, at least buy me a tea and a bag of chips or something, some type of effort, some type of effort, because it's like what I'm doing, I do all the time. And it's a gift. It's a gift from me, from my inner being and from my heart. This is what I'm just doing. I don't always expect something, but it'd be nice to see if you're even thinking in that realm. So like come on, people. Come on.
I get that.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to weigh in? Oh, go ahead, Margo. Okay.
Yeah, just for the most part, like at least give it some thought.
Towards you. So are we talking about in relationships?
Really, it could be
Anything.
family, it could be
Right.
relationships,
So
it
we're
could be
talking like
any
as
of
in
it.
relationships or family?
It could be either one, any type of
Anything.
any type of exchange at all. It could be a co-worker, like
As
you
far as
saying that.
relationships? No.
Mhm. I mean, any type of any type of exchange. Like
Okay,
some
go
people
again.
deal with it a lot this time of year because of coworkers, and so
Yeah.
they certainly deal with it with family. You know, some people deal with it with a mate. You know, I got him, you know, a diamond watch, and he gave me some flowers. You know, it's things like that that people deal with all the
No,
time. So
it's got to be worse than flowers, Tanya. It's got to be worse than flowers. It's got to be you got him this, and he got you some granny panties or something that you didn't want. It's gotta be
or
something
either
worse
a
than
coffee maker. He's
Oh
the
my
coffee
God, y'all,
drinker, you know.
please.
So I mean, just anything like
No, I
that. So
got one to
anybody
make y'all
have any
laugh.
stories?
Oh God.
Okay,
Come on,
what?
tell us, girl. Tell us.
I got one to make you laugh. Eighth
Go ahead.
grade. I was in the eighth grade, and a young man approached me and asked me for my phone number. I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. Gave him my phone number. He was like, I want to holler at you, but now he called me. And it was round time for Christmas, for us to get out for Christmas. We get out for 2 weeks for Christmas. So he was like, I'm gonna call you and everything. My birthday coming up, and they're gonna give me something for my birthday. When it got to Christmas, right before we got out for Christmas, you know how at school you have all your Christmas parties and stuff. He said, I'm gonna have you something for Christmas. So I was like, cool. I was like, I got you something too. So you remember back in the day where they had the bracelets with the with your name on them? Well, anyway,
yeah.
I bought him that. That thing cost me like $35-$40.
Mm-hmm.
When we got trying to exchange gifts, he didn't bring me mine until after Christmas. When we got back to school, y'all, he went to the five and dime store and bought me a chain to go around my neck. Was two for a freaking dollar. I was mad.
Mm,
No, I've been hot.
mm.
I've been hot with it. Now, Michael, you
Now,
ain't said nothing.
You know,
You ain't
number
said nothing.
one, because number one, I'm one of them people.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of them people that you can give me, like, as far as gift giving or receiving gifts. I don't really necessarily receive. Well, I'm used to not getting anything. So for me, that whole what you want for Christmas, you're gonna always get, I don't know, figure it out or something like that. Like, surprise me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
I'm like
I
that
just
too.
I don't place value on material things like that. But I don't know the relationship, what was going on in the 8th grade, but he got you something. Maybe that's all he could afford. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe that's all he can afford. But you see a lot of people, man. And I'll say people because I can
Yeah,
say
I hear
it.
audio.
Yeah, something's playing back.
Somebody's audio is loud. Veronica, did you turn your audio up?
what for my neighbor
Yes.
turn green?
Huh? Yeah, that's. I hear. Okay, hold on. Let me. Hold on.
That's not me. That's not me.
Okay, that was
Okay,
Veronica.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
All
us.
right.
You know
Veronica,
what's
All
up.
I'm finna
yeah,
say,
yeah.
is that people like, it's just like somebody when they buy you a diamond ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's people that'll go to the store and get a $2,000-$3,000, $4,000 ring to propose.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody go get a cubic zirconia, from Walmart or whatever the case may be. Does it matter how much the ring actually costs when they sit here trying to vow their life to you?
Yes, it matters.
My point exactly. That should have pissed me off to the highest level of festivity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Not,
Because I'm taking some shit from inside, and somebody should
it
take a
depends on how it was
material
presented.
object and place value on that over what the fuck I'm giving. Fuck that.
It depends on how it's given and how you presenting it. But
they proposing to you.
I'm not. But I'm just saying, I'm not one that's big on prices, because half the time I'll be like, man, we could have used it for something else. Like, what the, like, my car out here broke. Like, come on now. But true, it's like,
I got it.
I get it. If it's coming from the heart, if it's coming from your spirit, if it's coming from a real place, then the price or the value of it is not gonna matter as much as the sentiment of it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah.
Yes, very loud and clear.
The sentiment of it. It has to be, with that deep meaning behind it. Right. And that's what's supposed to matter most. Like, my son could give me a gift and it be just anything, and it just be like, here, I got you a gift, just to say I got you a gift. But then if he goes and puts some thought in that gift, and one of my presents my oldest son got me, he's like, Mom, you're always running out the house with a cup of coffee with no lid, and then it's spilling once you go over these speed bumps or these humps in the neighborhood. He's like, here. And he handed me this thick insulated cup, and it's heavy, it's thick, it does what it needs to do. It keeps, but I actually love it. And he put a little thought in, like, it's one of the little gifts, because you're like, you always running out of here for work with this, but you actually need this. So he gives it with a purpose, and for it to be used, versus something somebody else can give me and I just, oh, thank you, like, okay, and just put it up somewhere and never see it or use it or pull it out. So it's just all about the thought behind it. Especially that with the ring, you would hope that the dude give you a ring that cost a little, right. Something nice, but yeah.
So what? So because I don't know, man.
It don't have to be, but it's dependent upon the female you deciding to propose to. See, that's the
right.
That's
and I'm not making it a male female thing. This just goes both ways. So I look at it like this here. No, I'm gonna do it like this here. When you say, are you getting what you give? All right. So
right.
What I've noticed in the military is people will meet you in the military straight up. One day they meet you and they be like, hey, let's go out. You be like, nah, I ain't got it. We got you. Come on, let's go. You go out. They spend like $200-$300 on you that night. You know what I'm saying? Between drinks and everything else. The next day, when everybody hung over and talking about, hey man, let's go grab something to eat, and we go to the store, you know what I'm doing? Hey man, at least let me buy you your lunch or whatever for the day, man, after what y'all did for me last night.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, a military person gonna be like, oh no, dog, don't even worry about it. But it's the gesture.
Yeah.
It's the gesture, it's the genuineness, and that's what it was alluding to earlier. It's the genuine. Are you genuine in your reciprocity? Or however the hell you say that damn word.
Reciprocity.
There we go. Reciprocity. Mm-hmm. Are you genuine when you doing it? You know what I mean? And so did that man know that you was allergic to fake jewelry? Now, if he knew you was allergic to fake jewelry and he still got you that cheap ass thing, then yes, okay, you got it right.
That ain't love. That ain't love. That ain't love. He gonna let your fingers turn green and fall off. That ain't love, then.
I'm like this. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lie about it. I
no love at all. No love at all.
Okay, I got you. But I like the. Michael's so crazy. I like the act of giving and receiving, but what I like is if I know that even if it's something that's of less value, if they put some, Mike is acting up. If I know that they have put some thought into it, then I feel good about it. Well, you know why he's laughing, Veronica, is because you have a little bit of delay and you just go blurp. and, so, and that's what
like you come in with a force.
So between me freezing and you blurting out, that's what he's having a good time tonight. And so that's what's going on. But that's my thing. Like I say, if the gift, if I can see that they
Actually,
have listened to
I
me.
can't hear y'all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
You can't hear us at all?
That's probably what the feedback and all that other stuff was about.
Right, because she had turned it up to try
Yeah.
to hear us and she can't hear us. But
Not coming from my tablet, but I have.
Okay. Who your service provider?
we can't talk about service providers tonight. I got one of the
Michael, quit
leaders.
acting up.
Yeah. Yes. I got one of the leaders and my shit is raggedy so for tonight. So I can't say anything about that, because these providers, you would think that I would have a better time tonight myself, but it ain't good.
My phone is doing better. I leveled up and got somebody different, so that's great.
Oh, really? Well, Margo,
Yeah.
you doing a heck of a lot better than what I got going on over here, so I can't say nothing. I can't say a word. But yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and finish because you were talking about the gift itself.
Yeah, I'm like this. If I can tell that the person has listened to me, like let's say if it's a mate and they have listened to me and they have gotten me something, even if I come home every day and I say my pantyhose are torn every day and they go get me a whole trough of pantyhose. The fact that they have listened, I mean,
that old school.
Yeah, where you get that from?
I know, right? That's a pig.
I need to find that
Pig. I got it in my head. It's pig trough. So, but even if they have really listened to me in that manner, I could dig it. Even if I said I haven't had a good cake in a long time, it's something small like that. I haven't had flowers in 5 years or whatever it is. If it's the thought, that counts in the whole thing. I can dig that. But if it's somebody who just gives me some random stuff, like I said a little while ago, it's my birthday or if it's Christmas and I don't drink coffee and you buy me a coffee maker because you at my house all the time and you drink coffee, you're going to get told off.
A coffee maker makes hot cocoa. So
I don't like hot cocoa either. Yes, it wouldn't be good for me either.
Oh yeah, well, hot cocoa give you gas, huh?
I just don't like it. It just has to be. I don't know. I'm very, very select. I can't even think of the last time I've had any cocoa. I'm not a cocoa drinker, so that's why I'm saying if the person knows that that's not me, and that's what my person should know is that I don't do cocoa. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when it gets irritating, and that's where there's no reciprocity there when the person has not put any thought into anything. And we're going to go through and just
that's the thing. They did instill some thought because they had to think to go to the store to get whatever they was going to get you, even though it wasn't the right thing to get, but they got it and then they brought it to you.
That was guilt.
But it was the thought.
Guilt.
In order to feel guilt, you have to think about the fact of something which makes you feel guilty.
I think that was just straight guilt. I'll just say it. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but that's what I would say more or less, that it was more so guilt than it was a real thought.
But in order to feel guilty, you have to think about the event that makes you feel guilty.
Well, the thing is, it's a different type of thinking about something. Now, if you're just thinking about it and you're not putting in any thought in, you're just doing it just because it's the give and receive process. That ain't good either. I don't want you just to be in the whole process with me, which is something that we're going to go over in a minute, the principles of reciprocity and things like that. I don't want you just to give me something because I gave you something. Now, I want you to think about it for a moment. Like, I'm going to go get a Secret Santa gift tomorrow. It's not going to be for me or from me or anything like that, but I'm going to be really looking at this and saying, if I was to receive this, how would I feel? I'm going to have to really put some thought into it. I feel that.
Oh, so you want someone
That-
who may have never had to do that for you.
What do you mean, the Secret Santa thing, or just in general?
Just in general. If don't know, like if they don't, like, if, hey man, I gotta go buy somebody a gift. I ain't never had to do that. My family didn't do no shit like that. So how the hell I'm supposed
I
to know
want
to
them.
do for this woman?
It should be a teachable moment. I'm still here. Let me.
Yeah, it that's kind of odd because I can tell that just wanting somebody to match that effort or that thought process, that energy or something like that behind, if you're giving out something good, like hopefully I can receive something good in return. If it's not 100% the same, somewhere close, at least meet me at 50.
Are
Right.
you expecting something in return?
You should
Well,
be.
me personally, not necessarily all the time. I feel like if you should be able to kind of on some things make my day or my time or my effort or something a little bit easier versus it can be a real simple thing. Simple stuff makes me smile. Simple stuff, even if
I
it's
get
something
that.
silly. I know being married before and always being the woman of the house. Dang, and then my thing is messing up. But years back, I found out later that my husband knew how to cook back then and surprised me with a meal. And I was like, okay, where you get these biscuits from? He's like, I made them. I made them from scratch. I know how to make them. I'm like, what? So I'm tasting everything and a tear get in my eye. And he's like, what, you crying because of this meal? I'm like, I'm crying because you should have been cooking before. Like, make my job easier. Not with me getting off of work and coming home and having to figure out dinner plans and to cook myself. Like, you should have been in the kitchen helping out doing some of this to make my job easier. So just for that one day and that simple thought and that simple thing and making biscuits from scratch and knowing I ain't got no biscuit cutter, that was just like, okay, like show me something different. You were meeting me with something, some thought in that.
So there's an
Okay, I'm
Veronica,
hearing it
that's
again.
I think that's Veronica.
I'm a mute you, Veronica. Yeah, I'm gonna give Veronica until you talk. Okay, you just let me know when you want to talk. Okay.
All right.
So okay, all right. That way, like she says, she's having a little trouble there, so I'll mute her until she talks. But Michael, huh?
Nah, I'm. Go ahead. Say what you was gonna say. You had something on your mind. Come on, share it.
Who, me? Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I
you.
was just going to tell y'all I'm going to go through some of the rules of the reciprocity and all that in a few moments. I'm trying to pull together the best thing so we can share with people how they should behave at this time of year. Let me tell you, let's talk about this real quick. When you go to the family gathering, and Aunt so and so, she's giving you something, and y'all got a Secret Santa thing going on, or y'all just exchanging names and gifts and all that going on. Because sometimes people, like my family, when last time we gave gifts, we didn't give gifts in years, we would exchange names, and we wouldn't worry about doing a really expensive gift, but still wanted something that was a thoughtful gift. Okay, let's say that Aunt such and such, she just feels like you're still young and you're not young anymore, and she gives you something that doesn't even match your age anymore. How do you handle that? What are you going to do? What are you going to do in that whole situation when somebody gives you something like that? It's a family member that you love and respect. Let's talk about that this year, because y'all got to do better this year. So how are you going to handle that?
Just take it and smile and say thank you, Auntie such and such. I love your gifts. You give every year. They're so useful and helpful, and just roll on and stick it in the back and then pass it on to somebody or give it to the homeless later. That's all you do. You still smile and give her a hug and a kiss on the cheek and say thank you, Auntie. And then just go on and stash it away and then give it away later.
Okay.
That's all
Okay.
you do.
Let's say the same thing, but it's not Auntie this time. Is one of your cousins that you just saw on Facebook, and they just bought a whole bunch of stuff, flossing and everything. Or like, how you gonna handle that this year?
Okay, now you know me, kinfolk. You know me, cousins. Stop. Just stop. Don't buy me no more bath soaps. What you trying to say? I'm funky. I'm stinky or something like. Quit buying me body spray. Come with the real deal. If you know I'm gonna get you a pair of Air Force Ones, you need to come on with something better. You know I've been wanting them purse and them glasses I've been telling you about. Come on, drop it. Like drop it on Facebook for everybody else. That's all you do.
Okay, Michael, what you got on this?
I'm not a materialistic person, so I can't see why people get upset about whether they get something or not, or the value of it meets the requirement of the individual. And it's like it is a requirement, or else you would not be emotionally invested in responding when you don't get what you think you should get. You know what the hell I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I don't know. I just feel like for me, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna wait no one time a year to get you what the things you want. That's just me, right? But then I'm an acts of service kind of guy, so I'm always doing for others, doing for others. But when I do it, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeking no favors or no rewards when I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it affect me at times? Yes. When you're doing all of this stuff, because for me, I don't want nothing on a grandiose scale. I don't want nothing that's all granular. I just acknowledge the fact that I did something. That you're grateful, not that I did something for you. Acknowledge the fact that you're grateful. Hey man, I really appreciate that. Hey, I know you're busy and you do whatever, however you come across. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, man, that meant something to me, man. I sure appreciate that. Don't too many people do stuff like that. You solid with me. You cool, bro, or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That is fine. Like with me.
What you
know what I'm saying? But I understand that everybody's different. So we operate in a world where people say, well, you should. Just because somebody should in your mind don't mean that that's what they have to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Well, we're going to go to comments for a moment and see if there's any comments here. And Michael, you go ahead with comments. But I think Rick is coming in, so you go ahead with some comments for me real quick, and then I'll let Rick in the door.
Let me see.
Well, I'll let Rick in the door.
I'm finna go down real quick because this is what the comments looking like. Greetings, everyone. Greetings and welcome to the chat. No, I'm being silly. You spike the tea. Hey,
I know, right?
You know what I mean? And and then it's brother-in-law Jacobs. Hey, y'all. And then somebody spoke back. And then Bridget came in and was like, hey, y'all. Texas here, so we can assume that most of these people out here are Southern because y'all is getting thrown all up in their head.
Yeah, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody said what's good, and then it was followed by so unprofessional. I was a bit confused on that one. And then Veronica kind of responded about somebody gave. She said yes, but he hold on. He gave the gift I gave him to another female. Holy snap! You ain't say that out loud, Veronica. That's what you're supposed to been saying.
Right?
Yeah. You gotta share all this
right now.
Veronica,
they talking to you right now.
She said she can't hear us. Right.
Yeah, she can't hear us, so that's right.
And then Rick was talking about buying him some laundry detergent then. You know what I'm saying? But
I was talking to Margo.
Yeah.
What's
Just
up, family? What's
hey,
going
what's
on?
happening? What's happening,
Hey.
man? What's happening?
I'm
Hey,
here.
Red.
I can beat that storm.
But to get back to this thing before you start going into them definitions real quick, man. Straight up, like it's one of the things you can.
Oh, Bridget was talking about the Zoom termination. That's what she was saying.
Well, I don't see that.
It just came
Oh,
in.
the
It just
Zoom.
popped in.
Oh, okay, the Zoom terminal. Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I was gonna say, man, if and Tom taught me this when we was in Korea. He said you do so much for other people, and then you get mad. He said the problem ain't that. It's the problem is that you care too damn much. And from the moment he told me that, I had thought about it. I said, man, the only reason I'm upset or I feel pissed off at these people because I was like, I do care. I care, man, and I want them to tell me that they know that, or that they're thankful or grateful for it. Just hey, thank you. I was feeling used and abused by the people at work. But once he told me that, that's when I adopted the motto: "Fuck them people, fuck them."
You saw
Because
freely.
because he told
You
me,
still back some.
he said you're expecting everyone to be like you, and they're not, and they're not supposed to be.
Guilty.
Mhm.
Once he gave me that news, man, I've been straight. You know what I mean? I've been straight. It's like what you don't want to. Hey, you're not me. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate for you. Like hey, you're not me. Move around. Feed them with a long spoon from now on. Like hey, like.
Show 'em a spoon.
But I mean, still, y'all are not being really honest with me on some level when it comes to your reaction when you see these things that are extreme, whether it is in a relationship, whether it is this time of year at Christmas, and someone gives you something. Let's say someone just gives you something it's from the Dollar Tree, but you have gone somewhere and gotten them
Hey,
something
I still
that
take it.
is.
Did
I
nobody
still
tell you to
take
go
it.
somewhere expensive? You should have took your ass to Dollar Tree like they did.
But you so when you give, you don't give
Realistically,
in a
Man,
way of trying to
choose.
put your best foot forward.
realistically, you do something for somebody. You know your damn value. You know
No,
your damn value. In equal measure, they giving you bath soaps, and like I said, well, hell, you giving me bath soaps over and over again, yeah, and shit. If I fuck around and give you some laundry detergent, your reaction is gonna be the equivalent to what I'm thinking. I just ain't said shit. I'm gonna let you do all the explaining based on your reaction. I know you for the shit for giving me some 99 cents it's like unthought of gift. I just want to give something. You say I didn't do anything or don't, but it's like when somebody's full of it, when it's not an equal measure. So it's like you might as well not do anything at all, just to say, well, at least I gave you something. Well, then hell,
Well, I'm sorry.
keep that same energy when I return it with a full mind and full intentions just to give you something. Like at the end of the day, okay, granted, some people just givers is like that. And I've even had a problem myself realizing like, okay, be myself that bullshit, what's the term? I have a big heart. And I realized, no, I just have a lot of bullshit within myself, and I'm just accepting any old thing. When you stop accepting any old thing and realizing your worth, none of that stuff, I don't believe they will even approach you. It's like you said, the unfuckery factors. When that kicks in, then people may or may not step up the game, but at least you know your worth and you express that shit. We have a problem like not expressing how we truly feel when someone does something for us. Really, they're just patronizing. They're just pacifying us for that moment, just to say that they showed up or just to say that they gave something. Keep all that to yourself. I'm good. Because I know I'm a giver, and at times I fall short of with the expectancy, because like a lot of times you're not going to get that in return. So it's just a matter of being honest with yourself and being honest with those that are like giving you something, like, okay, I know the effort that you did and did not put in. And to voice that, they may not voice it, but they'll express it with objects. They'll express it with things, but it's nowhere equivalent to that which you do give. Though you give it, but then you start giving with the same energy, watch that shit switch up. Watch it switch up. Even if you don't get anything at all, hey, I'd rather be content with that than you telling me or sharing with me, giving me something like just some old, just because like I'm just a what is it called? I'm just a second thought. I'm just a second thought. I'm just a last minute thought. People know the difference. People just don't want to admit. That's my take on that.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
When I was thinking about that whole thing, that would be kind of funny if somebody, like, as far as detergent is concerned, Gain smells pretty good. So if I gave you some Dolce Gabbana one year, and then the next year you gave me some Dollar Tree stuff, and the next year you might get a box of Gain, because Gain does smell pretty good on clothes, and that'll be your perfume instead of you get some Dolce Gabbana.
And that's how you handle that. That's exactly how you handle that. That's how you handle that. Hey, look.
She go just put a few pods, not the whole bag.
What they say.
How about that?
What they say, when you know better, you do better. Hey,
exactly.
I know you finna go take your ass to Dollar Tree, so I'm gonna do better, and I'm gonna take my ass to Dollar Tree. Yeah. And guess what? You probably been giving good. And I ain't just talking about gifts. You probably been pouring out your soul, helping out where you need to. You've been giving good. And then you lowball their ass at a moment's notice. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They're expecting you to give good.
Right.
And then the moment you come up short, now they want to act stank with you.
Not even coming up short. You're matching them.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. You match them.
And they'll be mad. Like, why you like
watch what they've been holding in inside. Go ahead. Like what the saying is, you get what you give. Can they handle it?
Right.
You get what you give.
I make it a point, man. I make it a point to let people know what they done for me and to show my appreciation.
Right.
I'm not expecting them to do it back. I because when you expect, that's how you get let down. You know what I mean? But I'm not expecting them to do it, but I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the power of words. I know the power of gratitude. Hell, I teach it. You know what I mean? I teach gratitude, the benefits of gratitude. So I guess that's just me. I'm thankful, man. I still got some seashells from some gifts that folks done gave me. You know what I'm saying? And it mean everything to me. You know what I mean? Like you said, because it's the thought. My nephew, my niece done gave me a seashell. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna, man, thank you for my little seashell. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not calling it little to downplay the value of it, but it was a little small seashell. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's in that list? I want to know what these rules are. I want to know what society say about it.
What's you're talking about the list that I have.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys need to come back. I need to take another picture since Rick is here. I need to do another updated screenshot. Okay. This article that I have here is from Psychology Today. We go over there from time to time, and the name of the article is Honoring the Rule of Reciprocity. Okay. There's the writer starts off saying in this book, Influence the Psychology of Persuasion, they make reference to what they consider to be one of the most important yet unrecognizable factors inherent in the art of practice of influence and persuasion. two aspects of that, in communications. And it gets too long, y'all. I'm gonna get on down to this. I don't want to bore y'all with the whole thing. It gets a little too long. It gets too long. So let's get on down here to the nitty gritty. Okay. They say by simply pausing long enough to self-reflect prior to taking an action of generosity and taking a moment to contemplate questions like, do I have any expectation of reciprocation from this person in response to my gift? And really, that's things like that we do really need to think about when it comes to giving someone a gift. Do I have an expectation that they're going to reciprocate in response to what I give? Do you think about that as you're giving a gift?
I would like to think that they would put like the same effort. I would like to think that. That's all I can do. I like hope don't do nothing. So I would just like to, and I would appreciate if the energy was shared more times than often. It's not. So I mean, whatever it is that they do, whatever it is that they put on the table, that's to me, that's given, unless there's a certain circumstance. However, you shouldn't have to break it down or log your brain. And you feel, you can tell with your senses what somebody is exchanging or sharing with you. So yeah.
But I want to say,
we know fools.
I want to say this to the audience out there right now. We want to hear from you. Hit us in the chat. Let us know too what you think about reciprocity, how it feels for you this time of the year, and we will share some of your comments as a part of this as well. Tell us the real crazy situations that you have had in gift giving, whether it be Christmas time, whether it be birthdays, whether it be any occasion, Secret Santas, all kinds of things that have happened to you. And we would like for you to share those things with us, and we will make sure that we, put it out there for the audience. And also I'm going to be sharing that Twitch link in just a few moments so that you all can jump over on Twitch too and hit us from there as well. So I'll share that. So go ahead, Rick and Mike, or anybody else who wants to continue. You can do so. And if not,
okay. This is the 41-year-old me, or from about 35 up until now, where my thought process has changed a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, I would roast your motherfucking ass. You came up with me with giving me some old BS. You know what I'm saying? Because back then I was expecting, hey, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for you. I'm buying you this. Damn it, you better, equal value, equal or greater value. So yeah, I roast your ass. And matter of fact, I actually did it to my grandma. That's why earlier I was doing like this here. Because for Christmas you expecting, them wowzer gifts, right? And my granny would crochet us little vest, and they'd be crochet material, right?
Yeah.
And in your mind you're like, man, granny tripping. I ain't finna wear that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then my granny would
get older and think about it.
Right, now watch this. Now my granny passed away, and then and I realized what my granny meant to me, and I got 1, 2, 3, and this one here is 4. Now these crochet blankets mean so much to me, and the fact is, when people say, well, she didn't put no thought in this. No, she put thought into it in hours and hours and hours. Because if you know, I don't know how to crochet, but if you know about crochet like I do, that ain't no light task.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So as an adult, I felt bad for the way I had my expectations as a kid. You know what I mean? So I say what I say now, because I just don't give a fuck. Hey man, you don't want to return the favor. Fuck you. I know how to handle you now though. I'm gonna feed your ass with a long spoon. You know what I'm saying? But I felt bad, for how I felt for my reaction back then. But that's why I say, man, when you know better, you do better. You know better, you show better. So that's the 41-year-old me talking like that, the way I am now in my attitude now. You know what I mean? But as a youngster, shit, I would light your ass up. You come in here with some cheap ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really used to doing anything. But it was only once I started working and was able to afford, giving gifts to people and stuff like that. So yeah,
you know what it takes now. You know what it takes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's just a
just me being transparent with everybody. I ain't been like that my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I was materialistic. I just kind of man, I can't talk tonight. I outgrew it. I outgrown it. Like I have outgrown it. There we go.
All right. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to see how y'all felt on some things. Wait a minute. Is that Veronica?
I'm telling you.
Rick's face
so
said
Rick,
everything.
So let me tell you, Rick, man. So hold on. So Tanya's been freezing all night. Okay, we got pictures to prove it. Veronica has a slight delay in her reception. So when we talk, about 30 seconds later, she hear it, and then she'll respond. And then about 30 seconds later, we'll get her response. You know what I mean?
She'll come in forcefully. Earlier, she said, Margo. And I'm like, huh? And then she didn't say nothing for a long time. And I'm like, what's the question?
You can always help the hiccups. You can always help the hiccups.
Bless your heart, baby. Bless your heart.
Oh my God. Oh, y'all are funny.
Veronica should do stand up, but your stand up can only be Zoom and video call.
Oh man, I see that we're starting to get some comments in here, so we're gonna check the comments. As a matter of fact, Michael, if you would, Michael has gone into the refrigerator.
I see you, player.
Player at the refrigerator.
Fridge. Yeah.
Well, while he is man caving it.
Right. Got a whole brisket in there.
I'm going to give y'all the second question, then we're going to get back to get to the chat in a few moments. So, folks out there, continue to give us your comments, and we're going to get to you in a second. I just want to go over here to this article. I gave you that first question. Here's the second one. Will I be disappointed, resentful, hurt, or feel badly if they do not reciprocate? What if somebody doesn't get you something at all?
Oh, that's happened 2 years for me. So I'm just like, just kind of over it. Just kind of over it. I buy my own gifts and wrap them and put them under the tree too.
You may not say nothing.
Myself,
You may not say nothing, but it do make you feel some kind of way. I will admit that. I've experienced that to where I've got something, and then you like, well, damn, you ain't give me shit, not a card, like nothing. You ain't give me a motherfucking thing, like you know what I'm saying? And it affects you, man. It affects you. Your feelings get hurt. You start questioning things like, damn, like what type of shit I'm into. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's to the point now, man. That whole man, I don't expect nothing out of nobody. I just do me. You know what I mean? And if it come back, because I know that they might not get back. But we all know the one true king that's gonna give it back to you. It may not get there when you want it, but it always come on time.
Right.
Well, here's the thing too.
No, I'm being silly, but go ahead. Go ahead, Rick.
I would say just consider ultimately all the things you've given yourself anyway, without waiting on one to give you any damn thing for any damn season, for any reason.
Right.
Just think about your peace of mind. Think about when you finally get off work and you crack that one, or you twist that one open, pour for yourself, and all it takes is just a, you know, or going online, buying yourself something, because don't nobody know you better than you anyway. That's the main thing. No one knows you better than yourself.
Man, I know all of me.
I don't care if you have a spouse, best friend, or what have you. No one knows you better than yourself. And they're not always going to give you what you want, but that's where you're supposed to be ahead of the game anyway. So at the end of the day, what they give you is what they give you. But you've already given yourself your own gifts throughout the year without waiting on and putting yourself under pressure of this expectancy bullshit. But you know what it is, like I said, like we've been saying. We know what the hell it is in terms of effort and energy. But it gets to a point like, okay, you didn't, or you couldn't, or you didn't. Regardless of the matter, I've been taking care of myself the whole year anyway. So at the end of the day, hey, it may go up in the closet. I may end up gifting someone else, but nonetheless, I've been gifting myself throughout the day anyhow. And I'm not waiting on anybody.
Hey, so let's look at it like this, because I know we're talking about gifts and like material thing. This goes back to something that we covered on one of the show's topics before. What if you giving loyalty? You know what I'm saying? What if you're giving, character type things to someone, or supporting someone, or being there for someone? What if you're giving them that and you don't see the return?
And perhaps if you feel that way, if one feels that way, then instead of letting it fester, that should be up for discussion without carrying on that burden, because it could be valid and or it could be false. But nonetheless, that's something that should be nipped in the bud and discussed without harnessing and letting get out of control mentally and then driving ourselves crazy. And then we end up thinking about this person as this kind of person that would deliberately just do that or just do that or carry on with that behavior. We could be misreading it altogether, but that's when communication comes into play. So that's the best gift. In that instance, that's the best gift anyone can give anybody.
So to the group and for folks that's watching, are you or do you get those like things in return? Because we're talking about whether somebody got us something and this, that, and the other when it comes to gifts and this, that, and the other. But are we the people you are around or that you with or who you work with or for and all of that stuff, family, all that, are you getting it back?
That's the thing.
Sometimes
it's a hit or
I was
miss.
thinking about that reciprocity on loyalty. I don't feel like I always get the reciprocity on loyalty. And that's, because, no, some people do. I feel like it depends on how you think of loyalty. I know for me, Margo, you might know this too. The Libras, we're the balance. And so we're very loyal characters. And we kind of get real offended when we don't feel like people show that back to us. And it's a large offense. It's a very large offense when people don't show.
We just cut you off and just don't talk to you. It's like
exactly. So that's really a big thing for me is loyalty, reciprocation, reciprocating when it comes to a loyalty. So that is a huge thing to me, and that is a way to terminate a relationship with me if you can't find a way to reciprocate. I can do without you, right. Like Margo said, I can do without you. Your liability. So, Michael, if you read the comments for the chat, and I'm going to go and look at this.
I'll read some comments. Let's see what the public got to say. I
thought he said the public. I just what he said.
Well, somebody is telling us vast.tech. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Okay, say Sheena Marshall, but she's telling us about Bass Tech. So y'all, Bass Tech. And then Bridget comes in and says, I really don't feel one way or another. I love giving gifts, but never think about what I may receive. I think you missed the whole point of the season and giving from the heart, expecting something back. And brother-in-law Jacobs come in and said, like I said, being a provider and giving and seeing the smiles was a great gift.
Yeah.
You know. And then Bridget just chimed in and said, I would rather have emotional and spiritual reciprocity than material
Right.
things. Sadly, you don't necessarily get the same energy you put out. Those relationships must be put into
Right.
perspective.
Right.
Right.
So when I asked that question about, or do y'all receive it? Do you feel you receive it, or do you feel that you're getting it? I asked that. No, I asked that because you know, they say you are the likeness of your 5 closest friends, or the 5 people that you deal with day in and day out. So that means I can meet them 5 people and damn near from how they are and who they are, figure out who you are. So the people you hang around the most, ooh, it's been getting good over here. Do you feel like from them people that's supposed to be your clique, or the 5, them 5 people or whoever, you feel like they pay like they weigh?
Okay, I can take this one on. I'm gonna use my audience that I deal with during the week. That's a good example. I deal with, on a consistent basis. I deal with a small group of people who I talk to on a consistent basis during the week, and it's not that I don't care about the other people out there who I don't talk about. It's just that there's something that we're giving to one another. Because in my head, it's the saying that if you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th one, right? So my mind goes to the whole thing of who I'm hanging around. Is their mindset the same way as mine, being progressive minded and thinking of things, whether it's the changes in the world, the changes in oneself. I have to deal with people who are trying to do some form of change with themselves, some type of growth. I can't deal with people on a consistent basis who are not trying anything, any type of growth for themselves. So that's just my thing.
Right.
But does anybody else have the same type of thing, or what?
My circle of people that I communicate with, we're not like, we don't have the luxury of being in the physical consistently. More so over, phone conversations, given, the distance and them having families and, the COVID going on. But I don't necessarily have to use feeding people with a 50-foot spoon or anything like that. I just know that we have shared energy, and and it is seasonal. When they pick up, when I call, we have our moment, we share. Uh, that's that. So we pick up from where we left off. Be it can be like a month, or sometimes it can be a year, depending on what they go through. But they do give when the opportunity comes. They do. It is heavily reciprocated, because we'll be on the phone for like 2-3 hours, maybe 4. But the energy is there. It doesn't have to be there all the time, all day, every day, or every month, anything like that. You just value, you share that value for that moment, and it prolongs. For me, it prolongs until the next time we talk again. So I mean, that's what I have. That's what I hold on to dearly. So yeah, that's just for me.
So in other words, so you feel like there's a reciprocity that's there because the people that you talk to, they are on the same page with you, that they have the same type of reaction that you do. They give you what you get, you both have a give and take. And I feel the same way too, because anytime that I do that with people, if I get on the phone with somebody and they're not giving me what I need, I get off. If you ever talk to me and you hear me say, you're not listening.
Louise, baby, you're not talking about. You're not talking about.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all now. If y'all talk to Tanya on the phone, bro, oh my god, oh my god, just go ahead and mark off about 4-5 hours of your day, man. Straight up, like.
No, Rick talks more than me.
I'm sure in that conversation you're learning something though. You're learning something though.
Exactly, and it's reciprocated. Mike, when we rap, come on, bro.
Hey, and look, Rick long-winded too. Like,
Rick talked me under the table. Rick can talk me under the table.
Hey,
I'm quiet on the phone with Rick.
But he going way left. Be like, what are you talking about now? Like,
I'm not gonna take all this abuse.
No, look, don't let Rick get the feeling good because he started hitting you with the Rickisms, and you be like, man, I
can talk to you next birthday as long as the conversation and the vibe and the energy.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because don't get hold on, Mr. Long Pipe Neck. Hold on, Long Pipe Neck. You in the same club, player.
Hey, look, Tanya, Tanya do the one where you be like, well, yeah. So I gotta go in here and get these beans before they burn, and she'll be like, because my one friend and he, I'll be like, I just told you I gotta cook beans, man. And then as soon as you be like, well, all right then, well, look here, I'm gonna hit you back, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm walking my dog. Can you see how loud he's barking? Like,
nah, hold on.
I paint a picture.
But hold on, Mike, here's my version. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. But I was just saying, like the other day, and like last week, for instance. All right, so I'm hitting with this. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, player. Just remember, like I said, because when you was talking about, like. Yeah.
See, you do it too, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it too. We all have our own thing, and I talk more than Mike, and then Rick talks more than me. So we have our own.
To me, it's a beautiful ass thing. Like it's like you gotta go, but you wouldn't hold on. It's more like for me because you can't have them in person. It's hard to let go of those moments, it's hard to just let go because we don't have these things or these enriching communications, not just conversation, but actually communicating, you know what I'm saying? Real heartfelt, real organic conversations. I take that very seriously, as much as like I be wanting to let go of the phone, but it's hard to because you miss these kind of people in your reach. I miss these kind of energies in my reach.
Right.
And it's a blessing that they are willing to let themselves be available and share that same instinct in terms of, okay, it's time to go. Rick is coming up with another, and then he jumps in or she jumps in, and it's like we're playing tennis. We're playing reciprocity tennis. It's hard to help.
Right.
And why should we? Enjoy that moment for what it is. There's no expectancy, none of that. That's not even an idea. That's not even a thought. It just happens. Things are just shared and given to you. And I just don't take that. I just believe all four of us, we just don't take that lightly. We don't
take that lightly. So look. So I was gonna share my little thing. Look here. So I, as when I was younger, man, I considered a bunch of people friends. Right?
We all did.
You know what I mean? I just this is not a bash session. This is just, my son did it. Where you going? I'm going to hang out with my friends. What you mean your friend? What's his name? I ain't never seen them. They ain't never been by here. I ain't met their parents. You know, they ain't your damn friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? And stop calling people friends. Because he would call people friends, go to school, and they'd all snitch on him or mess with him or provoke him. And then when he be done slap shit out of him, you know what I mean? Now they were like, well, yeah, you've been messing with him because you thought he was soft. You know what I'm saying? And so
I was always
right, like, so it's one of them things is for me the most part, for the most part, let me stop. I brought up the whole friends thing because my definition of friends now is way different from it was when I was younger.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was younger, you know, you do things and that love wasn't coming back. But as a kid, you don't look at it how you view it now as an adult. So you just be like, okay, right. You just worried about going outside to play, somebody being cool and all that. But you know, later on, and you know, in moments of adversity, I always say, you know, one's true self will emerge. You know what I'm saying? Given time, one's true self will emerge. You know what I'm saying? Especially during a moment of adversity. You really find out who ride with you and who don't. And I learned a lot of harsh lessons. And so now to answer that question of do I receive, you know, loyalty or, you know, do most of my clique, you know what I'm saying, you know, pay it forward. Now I can say yes. The most people that I surround myself around, kind of like they say, like they do. And if they can't, it's understood, kind of like that phrase in church when they pass around offering, they say, Heavenly Father, we pray for those who gave, and we pray for those who had the desire, but not the finance, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Boy, the rail make you feel guilty. But that's a lot of times, that's what I see. And I think that it is the desire that they possess of wanting to give back, but they may not necessarily have the finance. And I ain't talking about like going to the store or something, but they might not have
in the position
what that is, that either we feel that they should or expect from them to give. They have the desire to do so, but maybe not necessarily the way to do it. You know what I mean? Me being who I am, I'm probably making excuses for somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, that's just like doing, you know, that's just like, you know, need to cut off the chopping block. But I don't think that, you know, I always look a little bit, well, now I look a little bit deeper beyond the surface of, man, were they genuine?
Right.
Are they genuine?
So it's not right.
When I go to look at this person, do I see sketchy, questionable moments? You know what I mean? And if I did, I'd end up cutting them off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just, because it doesn't align with who I am now. So, you know,
but I find that I don't want to be understanding. I find that sometimes that I just don't want to be understanding with some things. It's a tolerance that I don't want to have, that I don't want to give, you know, because I feel like I tolerate a lot. So sometimes, you know, it's okay to be that way too. You have to give yourself that permission too, that you don't have to be okay with someone's actions. That's how I feel.
And to me, like, that's not permission. That's just a sense of freedom, because we've been imprisoning ourselves with being by considering, like, always, what about how he or she feels, when the whole the whole time they've been free this whole while.
Right.
We've been having this unwarranted guilt trip about ourselves and not expressing ourselves fully as they do. And wonder why we keep going in this circle that's not even about just going on this unending circle of, like, no sense of construct, no sense of desire for self, no sense of awakening. Like, we're just content with just, okay, as long as they're cool with it, okay, then I'm cool. So who really has control? Who really has control? Why are you waiting on validation from other people? You know, they live in what the hell are you waiting on? You know, but
Let me hit this chat real quick while we on this one here, because in response to that, when I asked that question, do you feel like the people that you around or your circle or whatever pay like they weigh? And Bridget said no. And I asked her to elaborate on that. And her response was, to that was, my circle does not live close to me, so it's only so much they can do. Plus, with different family dynamics, some things your circle can't or won't do that you would do. You know what I mean? So, and then Rick came back and said, some people will ride with you or kick you out the car.
It sound like a jacket.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you shout on gas money, pimp. You got to get the hell out. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to ask y'all this question, and then I'm going to go to one of the other questions from the article, Psychology Today article. But I want to ask you all to just think about this here, and we'll talk about it in a moment. I heard this when I was on my meditation. I was on a group meditation yesterday, and it was today. And on the group meditation, the guy asked, he says, do you have at least one person that will ride for you, will be down with you? He didn't say these words because he wasn't talking like I do in urban slang or anything, but that would be down for you no matter what in any situation. I want y'all to think about that, because that's a part of reciprocity, in my opinion, too. So let's go over here to this next question is, am I truly letting go of this gift, or do I feel like I have a right to influence or control what this person does with it? This is particularly good question to ask ourselves when we are giving a gift of advice.
Gift of advice.
Yeah. Advice.
That's to me, that's kind of arrogant to say I'm giving someone.
No, we give advice all the time.
To me, we give suggestions.
And in what aspect again? In what aspect are we talking again?
It's basically just saying in general. They were saying, are you trying to influence or control the person of how they handle the gift? And they said that sometimes people do it with gift of advice, but just in general, you get give a person a car or a sweater. Are you trying to control how they handle that gift? When they have it, you shouldn't wear it like that. Don't wear that sweater like that. Oh no, you shouldn't drive that car like that. How do you do that? That's what it's asking.
No, that's their gift. They do what the hell they want to do with it.
What you want with it?
But are you really that way?
What do you mean?
Especially if it's someone that's really close to you. Are you really that way? Don't give me the soft answer.
So no, I'm not going to control nobody. See, people, or like, and I can't remember the person who said it, but I remember this quote. People are like water. You know what I'm saying? The more you try to control water, you just gonna lose. You don't win that battle, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you try to take some water and put your hand under the water and try to come up with it and expect water to be in your hand, it's nothing there, right? It's just gonna flow through or fall through. You know what I'm saying? But only when you make a cup to get that water do you have something of value to you. You know what I mean? Now you can do something. The more you try to control something, the more you technically lose it. So man, I ain't been trying to control nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not been trying to control nobody. Hey, look, that's yours. You unappreciative motherfucker. I know what, you know what I'm saying? I know what won't happen next time.
You know how to handle you now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, we say this in our mind because we feel like, man, you ungrateful son of a bitch. I bought you that damn thing and you just gonna fuck over it. You know what I'm saying?
But think about it. Even when you buy a person something and they have a very horrible taste in dressing, and you like, oh, I have a cashmere scarf. I'm going to give it to them, and you give it to them and tie it around the head. You see what I'm saying? How do you handle that?
And then
Ain't none of my business.
Yeah, you gotta kind of let it. When you decide to give it, you gotta decide to let it go because you're already turning
But
it
don't you
over.
find yourself standing there like, I can't believe they just did that with that? Yeah, you see that happen a lot. Where people
Might
do that.
you gotta back up. Yeah.
Hey, you hit him with the old Frank Lucas. You disloyal? No, not Frank Lucas. It's the Denzel.
Training Day.
Yeah. You disloyal. Hey,
I'm
look,
gonna get kisses on all y'all with that turkey leg hand. All y'all.
I've done it before. I've done it, and I know I reacted like this, man, as an adult, where I've given somebody something, and the way that they, used it, whether if it was materialistic, or I've done something for somebody or told somebody something, and this is what we all probably have done. You told somebody something, and that was your gift of knowledge or of life or whatever you want to call it. And then when what you told them to do to avoid this situation, and they get in that situation, they want you to be there for them and be like, hey, yeah, nah, fuck that. I told your ass. You know what I'm saying? I bet you listen next time I want you. I'm
You want to get one of those in there. At least one good time. Tell them that you told them. At least one good time.
Yeah.
But the greatest gift in that, actually, what I've learned, because I've been in a situation time or two in which, got my small violin, and to give your circumstance, sometimes we don't ask for advice back. Sometimes you just want to be heard, but nonetheless, you're told to avoid certain things, and you keep doing it over and over. Eventually, the greatest gift is them not even responding, because you're still going to fall for the same bullshit. You're still going to make the same decision. So the greatest gift with that is lack of response. No response. That's one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. When they're no longer interested in what I'm going through, because I continuously put myself in that position. So you must have some kind of sense of happiness. You must have a sense of tranquility or peace, because you keep going through the same thing. So, I'm not putting my energy into you no more. I'm tired of talking about this. You're not growing. You're not seeing what I know what is in you to see. But until you see it, I tell you what, don't bring this up again. I don't want to talk about it no more. You're draining me. I'm just, and that's one of those truthful assholes come into play situations, because sometimes we need that tough love. There's sometimes the silence says the greatest things, because they're tired of hearing it. And if you're really tired of hearing it, if you're really tired of talking about it, you change your situation. And then those that, if they're down for you, if they really mean well, they will have no interest in what you're talking about no more, because it's time for you to grow at this point. You done shot yourself so many times, and you done pointed your back to those knives so many times. All he or she said is stop turning around. Stop turning around. You keep turning around, and now your back is bleeding. Now your back is bleeding over and over again. Look, I'm out of Band-Aids. As a matter of fact, I'm out of time. You know what I'm saying? You got my anytime minutes right now, brother.
Yeah.
It is. So,
call me after 9.
Right.
Right.
I remember that.
People get tired. Right.
Call me after 9, player. When my free
no
minutes kick in.
No more collection calls. We good. But yeah.
Okay. Let me get to this. Were you gonna say something? I got another.
Something was in the chat. Ain't nothing in the chat. Right?
Okay, I got another question that I'm going to do from the psychology today. I was waiting for Veronica to get in here before I switch over. There she is. Okay, now let me jump over here to the questions. Okay. Is this an obligatory gift, meaning a gift that is given out of a sense of obligation to another as a result of a gift that I have received from them? You got to ask yourself that too. Is this gift out of obligation because they gave me something?
Now you want to know why? Because I didn't ask for that shit. Thank you. I didn't ask for that.
Right.
I sure appreciate it, man. That's when you hit them with the man, you got me. You did that for me. Like, man, you right on time. I ain't even man, I wish you would have told me, man. I would have got you some, but man, I sure appreciate it. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Very much.
But I tell you what, man, I ain't got it right now, but you know, I'll catch me later on. You know what I'm saying? We'll square up. You know what I'm saying?
As opposed to later on. Remember that time I did this for you? Even though I said I wasn't looking for nothing back, but you know, hey, you know, you ain't done nothing since you know, Mike. So did you really mean it?
Do you keep a record of it? Do you keep a record of it down the line about music?
Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Hold on.
Yeah, like that time. Yeah, no, you just leave it alone.
At the dice game. I want you $5.
Right. Hey, look.
Yes.
1978.
Yeah, I ain't expecting. Look, I didn't ask you to get me shit, but you did, and guess what? I expressed my gratitude, which should be enough.
But you know, that makes I'm laughing because I'm thinking about Living Single show. And remember when the Goldie character was at the Max all the time? They met at the club. He and she called herself Quan. And so the Goldie character, he saw somebody in the club. He said, "Wait a minute, that brother owe me 50 cents. I mean, he gonna charge a brother up behind 50 cents." Yeah. That's what made me think of that.
And that sounds like an episode on Martin.
Now, I look at it, if you do that and you're giving, like we've been saying, from a genuine place and you just giving it, not expecting nothing. But if the person turns around like later, like, I am going to get you something, I'm going to get you something, like for real, check with me on this date, and you check with them on that date because you just following up because that's what they said. I'm just like, hey, I'm just checking with you because this is what you said. But if you ain't got it this time, then I definitely ain't gonna worry about it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't worry about it. But
that whole thing when, like, if somebody, you know what I'm saying, you know, borrows something from you and then they be like I'm giving it to you. Like I'm really, technically I'm giving it to you, and I don't really care about if it's returned or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But what do people do? Hey man, I'm gonna get you back, man. I'm gonna get you back. Well, now that you said it, hell yeah, motherfucker. I wasn't gonna say shit, but you know, like, hey, go ahead. Damn, I should have said that on live. I shouldn't have said that on live. Now you're like, hey man, you said you wasn't expecting it back, motherfucker. Like,
even what they say they're gonna do something. But even if they gonna do something, at the end of the day, I mean, if you do, you do. If you don't, hey, if you do, surprise me. But if you don't, I'm gonna do this.
But I
know it's like Veronica was saying something. See what Veronica
go ahead,
said.
Veronica. It's gonna take 30
depends
seconds
on who
to
the
get
person. If you know who the person is that you're gonna give giving the gift to, and if you can trust them that they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna get you back. Come see me next week." If you can depend on that person, then okay, you know they're gonna come back with it. But if you know it's somebody that's talking shady, just blow it off.
Well,
you giving like
she basically took the words I was gonna say. She said it for me. I was just gonna say it all depends.
Gotta know the character.
You know who you doing something for, and you know who has a proven history. You know who got good credit with you.
Right.
They don't even call Equifax. They don't have to call Equifax.
Right. All right. We got another question here. This one is this gift an expression of genuine desire to provide something of value to this person?
Yeah.
Are you giving them
Say that one more again.
Is this gift an expression of a genuine desire to provide something of value to this person? Like, I know when I give a gift, I imagine myself, would I want this type of thing? I just imagine it's a do unto others thing. I don't want somebody to give me something that they just some crap. So I think of something that I think that they could really use, they could really like, or they could really use.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Is it something genuine?
It is genuine. And I'm gonna tell you now, as most kids wanted all of the Nintendo and this, that, and the other. You know what I look forward to every Christmas?
What?
That bag with the fruit, the little sock with the fruit, with the fruit.
Happily, not even that. You know what I look forward to every year? Happily,
What?
bras, socks, muscle shirts, and t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I look forward to that shit.
I got a ongoing inside joke thing with my kids and other family. They say, well, y'all know it's not love from mama if she don't put a pair of socks in there. And your gift, if it's not a pair of socks in there, it means she don't love you. I say, yeah, because you got to keep your feet warm. Your heat leave your feet. You got to, your feet carry your body. That's the only 2 feet you're going to get. You got to take care. I just be making up stuff, being silly. But yeah, they be like, if it ain't a pair of socks in there, that means she don't love you.
That makes sense.
I never got disappointed with Christmas gifts at all, or just gifts in general.
Oh man, look.
Unless like the birthday came along, I was like kind of concerned. Oh, it's my birthday. Y'all know me. All right. But yeah, I remember.
Hey, look here, player.
We had a shared gift.
Hey, look, I look forward to that.
The latest to get. We didn't get our Nintendo until the very first Nintendo until after Sega Genesis came out. So we were like the late kids on the block, but we was like, hey, this is it. Like, this was like, we didn't care. Like, hey, we finally got a Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? The power pad, the gun, all them shits. We didn't care what people thought, but we was like, hey, my dad put it together. Like, hey, y'all come home from my grandma's house and say, hey, y'all go in the living room, close your eyes. Saw that gray box with the orange gun. We lost our minds. We just one gift for all of us. Not one disappointed Christmas growing up. But the gifts, like if it's meaningful, you can tell. You can tell when it's meaningful with something that you can use. That's hella wonderful. Hella wonderful. Like you said, socks, muscle shirts.
Polo pack, baby. It's the quad pack. Call it the quad pack.
Cool water. That cool water cologne. Cool water cologne.
That cool water and that curd. Hey,
it don't mean you want it. The stuff you need.
Hey, look. The reason I like them that quad pack was because of how we dressed back then. Mm-hmm. For real, like we had either starch jeans or shorts, whatever. Right, or Dickies. You know what I'm saying? Them different colored Dickies shorts and shit. So we had them, and then we had like what was it? The K-Swiss, you know what I'm saying, or whatever them was. So the way we dressed, a white tee, like we was rocking white tees, but I would have folded mine in half and iron it.
Shirts.
Hey, look here. So, man, muscle shirt to go up under too, because it's hot in Texas, man. So, and back then I was small frame and cut up. So when I pulled my shirt off, it was I'm telling you, man. And then you wanted updated draws. So I was moving around as a youngster. So you wanted updated draws so nobody could talk about you. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm telling you, man, I look forward to all of that. Anyway, my bad.
Man. Do y'all to this day have any consistent things that you hope for or that you get every year to this day?
Nah.
Yeah, nothing anymore that you can give yourself, which is a peace of mind.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just
family presence so long.
You know what? I think because of the where we come from, and typically the people that we're around or like us or we are like them. So the expectation of the gifts that I want now, like the gifts I want now, I don't even, what you want for Christmas? You don't even want to know that, player. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to run you about 3 stacks. You know what I'm saying? But so when somebody asks me what you want for Christmas, I tell them what I want. And they were like, oh, yeah, that's what I want for Christmas. So what you going to do? You asked, I told you.
Yeah, I want that too.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So now I do it just to be funny, but like normally I'll be like, oh man, I don't, because I don't look for, number one, I don't look forward to nothing from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the situation for over 20 some odd years, 23, 22 years, to where whatever the hell I wanted, I got it. I didn't have to wait for I didn't have to wait for the 25th of December.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, you got a whole year to do for people. You got a whole year to gift give. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole year to help somebody, to give advice, to be there for somebody in a time of need. You got a whole year to do it. Why wait till one day to do it, or tip a certain time of the season to do so? You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. I love that reminder. I love that reminder.
Let me get to these last questions real quick here. And got 2 minutes here. Am I giving this in effort to diminish or eliminate a sense of guilt that I have for something that I have or haven't done?
You're giving for the
Are
wrong
you giving
reason.
this in effort to diminish or eliminate a sense of guilt for
You're doing it
something
for the
you
wrong
have or
reason.
haven't done? That's a question that you have to ask yourself. That's just one of these questions.
I'll say this as a man, I think men do, like in a relationship, I think men do that often. You know what I'm saying? I think they do. Damn, she asked me to take the trash out, or damn, she did this, so I forgot to do this. And it affected them or pissed them off. And you really genuinely feel bad, but whatever it is, your day or your schedule or whatever doesn't allow you to kind of focus in on that. So on your way home, you stop at the store, you stop somewhere, you grab something, you come in, and then you're like apologetic, like, hey, yo, my bad, I missed this. I know you wanted me to do this or wanted me to be fair for this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And then you present the gift. You know what I mean? Because you genuinely feel bad for missing something or not doing whatever it was that was asked of you, or whatever the case may be. And you try to make it up, because whether you actually stop at the store or you come home and be like, hey, get dressed, we finna go eat, and you take them out to eat, that's the same thing. You gotta spend some bread on, you know what I'm saying? So you just do it in your own little way. But you like I said, the genuineness behind it is I think is what matter.
I got you. And here's our last question. And then I'm going to ask you all that question again that I asked you a while ago, and I tell you to think about it. Okay. Is there an undesirable consequence that I fear I may experience if I do not give something to this person? And if so, what is it? Is there an undesirable consequence that I fear I may experience if I do not give something to this person? And if so, what is that you think you might experience if you don't give something to that person? Cutting them out of you, them cutting you out of their life, them not speaking to you, them being mad at you, just what things like that, that you think that you might fear if you don't give them a gift or the kind of gift that they think that they are deserving.
It can also depend. That depends on the relationship, I would say.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's not intentional. But at some point, me being myself, one way or another, you're going to make it up. You're going to find a way. That's me. You'll find a way to replenish that, because not that giving is built on that relationship. However, their efforts, and y'all share similarities or share likenesses. And because of that, it's not a matter of being imprisoned with that mindset. That's just who you are. That is your makeup, if that is your makeup. Like myself, my wife does something for me, goes out of her way. Oh no, it's in my mental Rolodex. So I'm gonna do what I can to, if not match, top that. Catch it by surprise. Because that reciprocity. That to me, that's very important. Keeping that revolving, spontaneous gift sharing and gift giving, no matter how big or small. But it is, you can tell what the effort is, no matter how big or small. But the consequence of like, dang, I do for you, like, all right, my ninja, talking to myself, all right, my ninja, you are, she's important to you. Step it up. Like, no, you not just be the only one just collecting. You can't be the only one collecting. What do you have? She's just only one collecting. That's selfish as hell. That's selfish as hell to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cats just sit back like, all right, give it to me, yeah, kiss the ring type shit. No, fuck out of there.
Give it to me. Kiss the ring.
Right. Get the hell up out of here.
I know that's right.
That's
Yeah, I look at it as like you can't if I don't have it, I don't have it. You can't make me have it for you. If I don't got it, well, even if I got the money or the change to get it, it's still by my choice. You not finna make me come off nothing I don't feel, whatever reason therefore that I have for it. It don't necessarily mean anything against you. This is just the choice I made within myself to, if I don't give it, if our relationship withers and something happens to it over something simple like that, then what type of relationship or connection was there with us anyway? If you're gonna falter and fall behind, this little bit over a gift, it's like we should be better than that.
Well, one way or another, we do give. We all give in one way or another.
Yeah.
We all give one
switch
way
it
or
up switch it up to loyalty. And are you fearing that if you don't give this person a certain type of loyalty because they gave it to you, do you fear like there's something with that? Like, I'll give you an example if I can come the one that was in my head just now. People who say, I was loyal to you when this and such happened. Now you don't want to be loyal to me with this. And then do you fear that if it's a good friend that you might lose that friendship and you reciprocate just to keep, in order to keep that friendship or what have you, something along that line, not even gift giving, but what about with loyalty or something like that?
That's some like keeping tabs type of bullshit to me. You're keeping tabs on you're keeping checkpoints. Now, throughout the whole year, you didn't realize it in the background. I've been there, be it emotionally or whatever the case, big or small, and I didn't put any weight against what you haven't done when I needed you to come through with me at certain occasions, but you came through at occasions that were very important, be it big or small, but they're important. But you're fixated on this one particular event or situation that you find is like that pretty much supersedes and overrides all that I have done throughout the length of our friendship or relationship or what have you. For someone to do that, to pinpoint a certain situation to me, that's I feel like that can be unfair. It can be unfair, depending on the circumstances, depending on the situation. And it's not like, oh, you let my ass get beat. Da, 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 da. Yeah, but I gave you some ice cream the other day. That's totally different. You know what I'm saying? So it is like, to me, it's like depending, like it just depends on the circumstance or situation.
Now, after you got your ass beat and I gave you the ice cream, didn't you feel better?
Margo!
But I do feel in response to Michael's comment just now, sometimes things may not be in the form of money or a gift or anything like that, but if it's something where I'm reciprocating in some way, I provide you with something of value, I'm cool with that, and you should be too. And if you're not, then we got to examine our friendship, our whole connection. Because if I give you what I can, because I'm not able to give you a gift or I'm not able to give you a funds or something like that, and I give you the best that I have, and that's not good enough for you, then we need to do reevaluate this relationship. because maybe we are not the same kind of friends that I thought we were.
We thought.
Giving you the best that I got. Hey, when you said it, it's the same that came to my head. Hey, but that question that I put in the chat, I don't know who can see, who can't, but it was like, what if what they give in return is the best they got? You give a quality gift, they give you assistance with paperwork, or a food stamp, or a food
and that's
stamp.
what my answer. That was my answer that I gave to that question.
Yeah. I know. But I don't think they knew to put an audience.
I didn't know if you wanted it out there, so I just said I just gave the answer.
No. It was just for the audience. I didn't want to forget it, so I put it in the chat.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You worried
just
about
in case the audience was one. Yeah, my bad.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. You worry about this one instance, but throughout the days of our friendships, throughout our days, like I've been there for you. So for this one thing that I didn't come through on, and it's not even intentional, not at all intentional, but as a friend, you should know that because we are friends, and you know the circumstance that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? But to have this expectancy, like, well, I did this, well, we just crying last week about what was going on in your life. It is subjective, and unfortunately, friendships end that way.
Yeah, they do.
What they do for you is more than what you've done for them.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
be friends with a leech. And then and y'all go to the club every weekend. You pay for his way in, and you pay for his or her way in, and buy drinks. And then you all of a sudden stop.
Yeah, like, you have to stop paying, bro. That ain't.
Motherfucker, go your ass so fast.
Like no, I don't want to go this weekend. I got stuff to do.
I'm like, what movie is this? What movie is this? Ghost 2?
Hey, look.
It's like you the new Patrick Swayze now?
Look, it'd be like Pac-Man. It'd be like Pac-Man. Like the whole time, all of the ghosts chasing you. The leeches coming on to you, and then you eat a power pellet, and you get that brain going, and now you start realizing. Then it's like look, the motherfucker running.
I understand. You know what, y'all? I think that we have kind of come to the end of the line on this one, but I do want you all to answer that question before we get out of this discussion. Is there a person, you don't have to tell me who it is, but do you have at least one person that no matter what in your life, you know that they're there for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least one.
Okay.
At least one. And I can't count them on one hand. I don't need a whole lot to know that I have all that I need.
Right.
So I can't count them on one hand. And that's because you don't want them efforts all spread out and then in so many different directions. You never know people change and like hang those things over your head. But I can say that I've those that have done for me, I can call them right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm heavily grateful. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, hell yes. Yes.
Okay. Everybody feel the same? You got at least one good soldier in your life.
She just told you.
Hey, you need a soldier. Everything I'm telling, it's a song. It's a song for everything y'all say on here, man.
Yeah, there is.
How many of us have been?
So I think age doesn't necessarily play into it, but I do think, and I was talking to my mom today and came up with some shit on the spot, and I think it's a theory that's probably gonna be in somebody's school book one day. But I think that with age, we learn now. So the people we surround ourselves around now are of substance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The quality people, for the most part, the
matters.
quality people.
You're
So
right.
I think if you ask anyone in this group that, then you're probably going to get a positive answer or head nods going up and down. You know what I'm saying? In the affirmative, because we know the value of a friend. See, the other night when
Right.
me and Rick was on one of them 4-5 hour conversations, we was talking about, you know, pretty much what a friend is, and we don't use them terms.
Mm-hmm.
The term friend is, and this is what I told him. My definition was for this was the term friend is reserved for those who earn it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, other than that,
Okay.
you have colleagues, your peers, co-workers, associates. You know what I mean? But you're not a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You mean, so you're somebody I see from
Mm-hmm.
time to time. A friend, that's reserved for those who earn it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's someone who's going to reciprocate, you know what I'm saying, the type of
Mm-hmm.
love and the type of, investment that you put into them, they're gonna reciprocate it back. No doubt. You know what I mean? So we
Right.
pick different and we choose different. So I think to answer your question, yes, I have a couple. Um, you know, but we've been made to feel, this is by society, we've been made to feel guilty for even asking for help. That's why it's tough for a lot of people to do,
Right.
because asking
Yeah,
for
because
help is a
there's
sign of weakness.
a sign of weakness. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand that. Well, I'm going to ask you all as we wrap here. We're wrapping here, and it's 12:16 my time. What are you laughing about? Am I freezing again?
No, now you stutter.
Look, don't get me to start talking like Stuart from Mad TV. Please don't start me talking like
She
that.
like what? Don't talk to him, girl.
But let me ask you, we had planned tonight to talk about our companies, our entities, and I know personally I'm not ready this week. I was going to show y'all a couple things next week, maybe just a company promo, and I'm even going to have my artwork. I'm going to have it next week because I did want to do it. I was about to show it this week, but I haven't finished her lips. Yeah,
We should do
yeah,
art. Let's do
we
it
can do
all
that
together.
next week.
Let's do it collectively.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Next week is the Christmas show anyway. So if we're doing a Christmas show next week, we don't have to go real hardcore on all the different topics. We could spend the first hour talking about us, our art stuff and all that, and then we could do a topic that figures in, and somehow we'll talk about it on the after show. But we could do something like that. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
And so you don't have to go hardcore with too much with your whole thing. I really want to present more things in 2022 to you all, but I will maybe give you a quick little snippet of something next week and all, and then of course I show my art. I actually was really working hard on it, but if you don't get it, I looked over
You
there.
love it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
love that. You're looking at it like you just like you're saying, like,
sometimes I just go and stare.
Yeah, you're looking at it like you're like
Yeah.
Tanya, you're looking at it like, ooh, bitch, shut up, ooh, bitch, shut up. I want to show you so bad, bitch, shut up. Put your clothes on.
After so many days of it want to show, you know. And Michael, I gave Michael a snippet. I gave Michael just a snippet the other day. It's only because I was working on it.
You to see it, but
Hey, look, you can't let them know that you're talking about the artwork. You just can't be telling people you gave me a snippet and a picture. You know what I'm saying?
we know it's the artwork, but you ain't supposed to see it.
I gave Mike a snippet, just a little peek. No, wait, hold on.
I know. We can't. We put that together.
Yeah. I was doing something, And I was taking a picture of it just to see how, because sometimes my artwork doesn't photograph very well. And so I was just doing that to see how it would turn out. I don't need to do my hands like that because this widescreen, my hands like I can hand a ball like a basketball. I can do a basketball easily. But and so I actually sent it to Mike, and I'm like, you send somebody something and you be like, so
Right.
that's kind of how it was, And so I'll show y'all next week because there's some things
I
that I
should
couldn't
have
do.
responded in a way that I knew was gonna crush her motherfucking soul and just been like,
No.
I'd have been like, man, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. But just to let y'all know, what I saw was banging.
Right on.
What I saw was banging.
Really, Tanya? Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel.
I'm rubbing it in now. I'm rubbing it in. What I saw was banging. I'm talking about. I was like, damn, and I was like, what? And then she was like, oh, stop. And I was like, but nah, really, damn.
And the infamous
really?
Tanya Dixon, I got a bone to pick with you.
I started to show you, Rick. I really did.
Afterthought. See, I'm talking about the gift. The gifts of sharing. I'm just afterthought.
Reciprocity. Look, there we go. We just talked about it.
Right. And the only reason why I didn't, I said, because you really want to, you don't get a second chance sometimes to make that first impression. And so that's why I said, just hold on. I'm working on the pores in the face now. I'm doing stuff like that now, the lips and all that. And let me just finish it and then just see.
Let me ask this. And I'm not trying to, do you think that because I'm not a person who paints, draws or whatever, that's why I was privy versus because Rick is an artist himself. So do you think it was that subconsciously, like, man, he's an artist, and if I show him and something's not right, he just might critique me?
No, not really. I really believe that because Rick has been very supportive. Yeah, I thought he would have been really great with it. I think it's just that moment I had the courage to do it right that moment.
Oh, okay. Because you know how, and what I was getting at was, you know how like we know who we need, we should talk to, go to, whatever the case may be, but depending on what it is that we're going to them for, it's like, man, like I don't know, I feel like I'm good at psychology, but if I go tell a psychologist what I'm thinking, she gonna think I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Or so let me go ask Rick. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You get what I'm saying? No, it
I got
sense.
But at the end of the day, it's like you trust your craft.
Right.
Not the
and you know what it is too?
Right.
I think, Mike, you show your vulnerability when you share your music.
Hell yeah.
And I said, well, if he can walk out on this limb and share his music, then I can take a moment and walk out here and share this snippet of my artwork. And I said, that's a way of showing your loyalty with people too. Right. It's a reciprocity. And so that's why I said, I can't be like this all the time, when somebody is showing their loyalty.
Y'all just kicked in my ass just now.
What happened?
I'm doing all this talking. Y'all just kicked in my ass because I'm talking about sharing this and the third. Rick, you can't because you ain't right. I got you, Rick. You right. You can't because you ain't. So you can't talk that bullshit if you not. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't sharing, you know what I'm saying? So
you didn't share lately, Rick.
Y'all just kicked me in my ass just now. Y'all did, and I appreciate it.
And you used to bless us a lot with your work, and you hadn't shared lately. So it's time.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, hold on, okay. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, I got you. I got y'all. You know what?
Yeah, let's discuss some ideas on the after show about that artwork. I got some ideas, and so let's talk about that in a few minutes. Yeah. All right, but let's go to break real quick, and we're going to come back and everybody talk about what's coming up next week as we end the show. Okay. All right, we'll get back. More Imitates Life in just a second. Hey, welcome back. Well, y'all, this time went kind of fast for me. That's a fast 3 hours, wasn't it? Because we surely did three. And oh
That's a
boy, over
fact.
here, my
That's
little dude. He has not been feeling well, so I'm glad to have made it through with him because he has not had the best couple days. So he in his cover right. You see him moving it.
good, man.
Yeah, he moving that cover and getting it together. Hey,
Yeah,
boy.
look at him wagging his tail.
Yeah,
Somebody
boy.
happy.
He like,
up,
what?
Rose?
Yeah. Oh, he
What's
looking
up,
at me.
Rose?
What he's really saying is, you see me struggling. Can you put this cover over me, please? That's really what he's saying. All right. Okay, y'all. So as we get into this new week, we're getting much closer to the big holiday. Anybody shopping or doing anything? Tell me what you got going on this week. Margo, you up first. What you got happening?
Not a whole lot. Still just a lot of stuff at work, little party planning, baby shower, all that kind of stuff for a coworker of ours.
Okay.
Other than that, family gathering, ugly Christmas sweater party thing to go to.
Cool.
And just a lot of I actually need to pull out my tree. I'm shocked at myself. I haven't gotten in that spirit, but I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Just pull out everything. My Christmas tree.
I mean, I knew that.
And my stuff for my kids, my boys. They might try to play like they all older and hard, but they still love to see everything around the house and lights and all that kind of stuff. So they love to still probably even drive around and see other houses or go to trailer lights or the tree at Zilker and all that stuff.
Man, I missed that.
Riding a little
So,
trolley and thing down there.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
looking up from underneath the Christmas tree and turning
spinning
around.
and falling out
Oh.
because yeah. So
That's
I don't think I ever did that when I was in Austin.
That's the only coach of Austin that's left to me. That's the only
I
thing
miss the big old pit fire and the popcorn and whatever drinks you can get while you're there. Yeah, so that kind of
Man,
Aquafest.
you know what? I want a good old-fashioned turkey leg, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a pit?
Fixed towel.
And
Yeah.
I wanna I smoke meat, but I want a damn funnel cake with ice cream on it with some powdered sugar and some chocolate on the top of that mug, man.
Wow.
How come I've never had a funnel cake?
You want diabetes on the plate. I mean,
man, look.
Get you some insulin Kool-Aid.
Man, look, y'all know y'all used to eat them things, man.
People look at me crazy because I tell them I've never had one. I've never had a funnel cake. And I'm serious. It's like I created this sin.
Same state fair, carnival, you gotta at least one.
What he do on life? Goddamn party over.
What did Rock do? What did Rock do? Damn Joey. Damn Joey with that kick. Damn Joey.
Man, I'm serious. Maybe one day I will. Now that y'all said that, I will try it because somebody couldn't believe that they kept trying to describe it to me and I didn't even know what it was. And I gotta get stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get a beignet. I was in Louisiana and the line was you skipped it.
Some beignet?
Cafe du Monde. Yeah.
My kids
a beignet.
You make beignets from scratch and them things be
yeah. The line was too long and we just skipped it. But pretty much that's all I'm doing. So sharing about stuff we want to eat, but that's pretty much my coming up week. That's about it. Like
turn them loose. What you doing? What you got coming up here?
Shit, graduation.
Right.
All right.
Graduation.
Yeah,
man. It's
all right.
Yeah, doing a little traveling. Yeah, doing a little traveling to go to graduation function, and then 4 days later, my function. So,
Wow.
Wow. So you
Congratulations.
won't have to do all that grinding. Yeah, big congrats to you. You want to do all that studying and be done with that part until you
no,
decide to do
because
something
I get a 2 week break and I'll be right back in school again. That's it.
else. Where you going for this time?
Now it's a certification, public safety executive leadership.
Exec.
Yeah,
Exec.
yeah.
Oh,
All right then.
So I just be chilling, man. You know, I just be chilling. I don't do much. I don't do much. Now, that's it. That's it for me, man. Nothing really exciting. Nothing really exciting. You know what I'm saying? Just laying low in the cut, man, and just chilling.
Create masterpieces in the middle of the night. And
we'll try. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, Rickness. What you got, Rickness?
Just getting back into the fold of touching on pieces that I haven't touched in so long since post COVID. I did like 4 paintings in one night. Like
working.
Finished 2, touched up on 2 other ones, working on one dual piece for a client, and started one right here. It's pretty much celebratory to it's like a collaboration of Django and The Harder They Fall. Remembering, like, you know, the our black cowboys and cowgirls. It's just like it just hit me, you know, like you painted the silhouette for a reason. Because like out here, like with this blue is, it originally was like yellow, which is yellow, just a black silhouette. And I'm like, wait a second, this ain't here for nothing. So I started on like about several nights ago and just kept adding on. After touching up on the other 4 pieces, I'm just like onto something. It's hard, like John Coltrane. It's hard, like when he's done, like when he's doing a set, after like 3 hours straight, he says it's hard to put the horn down. It's hard to put that saxophone down. Like when I'm when I'm calling Michael, he's like in the middle of something, in the middle of writing, creating. He's like, okay, I'm on to something. Hold on, give me a second, pimp. Hold on, pimp. So like he's working his magic at the same time, and I'm like brushing, I'm painting. It's like that energy is just you know, just recycle over and over. It's like I'm like getting that feedback, like, okay, now this is the Rick that I miss.
Right.
So just tapping back into that glory filled that inspiration, that drive, that ambition. It's like it just returns to me because I have to filter out a lot of nonsense and excuses. I would say excuses. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too this. No. Time does not give a damn about anybody.
Time doesn't exist.
Okay. I
got
you.
Doesn't give a damn about anybody.
But you only age because that's what they told you to believe.
Right. But you know, we're going to talk about how we're going to do this art show. I think let's talk about it after the show real quick, you know, to say how we're going to do this. What are y'all laughing at?
We always got a rebuttal.
Not
No, brother, the grape jelly. But what about the syrup? Well, the peanut butter.
Syrup and jelly is pretty much the same thing.
It's just something.
Can I have my moment? Can I have my moment?
You got it, brother.
Y'all crazy. I think Veronica, let me get Veronica back in here. See if we can get her in here to say something. Veronica, can you hear us?
Yes.
Well, she got that immediate response. Go ahead.
Okay. Right. Right. I guess while we got you here, what you got coming up this week?
Ooh, nothing much. Just sit around and try to write some more poetry. That's about it. And get ready for my big day next weekend. So
her birthday's next week. So it's gonna be a Christmas party, art party / Veronica birthday party all on next Friday night. All right, we're gonna do the whole damn thing. the whole damn thing. You know, y'all, when I was working this week on what kind of promo and everything I was doing, I ran across a whole thing that we did in radio. Veronica, you remember these shows. So here is how this is our Imitates Life Radio and a snippet of what it looked like. Here we go. That was our radio thing, and
Hey, oh my
God! That when we came.
So who picture was that on that first slide?
Melba Moore.
Melba Moore.
No, the very first slide.
Yeah, I think she was the first because she was the first. She was the first interview that we did on our Imitates Life Radio.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that was Melba Moore. Mm-hmm.
My buddy of mine.
We had a ball. There was more drama.
Yeah, we had a lot of drama, but we had a lot of fun. So, but we're gonna have a lot more fun with podcasts.
I remember seeing Melba Moore on what's that movie, Death by Temptation. She played like a vision seeker or like a so kind of like enchantress, whatever, like a reader or whatever. I just remember that one scene, and I was like, whoa, that was. And actually, a friend of mine affiliated with Melba Moore. I don't know if I can say his name. If that's okay. George Pettis, and his dad, George Pettis, was a musician. Actually, his videos were featured on BET when BET was BET. You know what I'm saying, in the 80s. But George Pettis. We have some fly music, by the way. Check him out, George Pettis, Pettus, as it sounds. Spotify.
Right.
He's yeah. But anyway.
We also had some topics, some great topics, wonderful topics.
Yeah, we had a lot of great topics over there on radio, and we had a lot of guests, and we're going to expand it a whole lot here on the podcast 2022. 2021 was just getting my feet wet, going back in and getting you all in and organized, but you can see that we have a lot of places we can go. We're going to revisit some of the guests that were on the radio and bring them in here, you know, for the podcast. And so there's a lot of people who we're getting ready to bring through the door. So it's holiday season now, so it's harder to get people in right now because they ready to spend time with their loved ones. And basically the entertainment industry kind of takes a break this time of year anyway. So we'll look at a lot for January.
Ron Patterson.
right, Ron Patterson. That's right.
Oh man, what's going on?
Right. All right, y'all. Let me run this social media real quick so we can get ready to get out. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also check us out on all of our other social media.
One, two, mic checker, mic checker.
Yeah.
That beat was jamming,
I was just doing my head like this.
I don't like that cut.
We should do that. We should.
Borderline lo-fi groovy.
Since Veronica is doing poems, you know, Margo do poems, Rick do poems. We all do, but we should have a poetry
slam.
jam.
There should be a slam. Yeah.
Yeah.
And while y'all are doing that, I could be drawing. So let's talk about on the after show what we can do while y'all doing that, and Rick could be painting. We did all things. So let's talk about on the after show how we're gonna bring in next week. Yeah. How we're gonna bring in.
Yeah.
Because that'll be our last show of the year. Next week is our last show of the year. But for all you out there, if you would like to tune in with us, you know, you catch the same bat channel, same bat time. We actually supposed to be at 9:10, at 10 at the 9 p.m., but we started at 9:20 or so this week. You know, I can tell y'all, people be heading into the living room so late, just like when they're at your house. They come in, straggling all in late to your house, and you say come at 9 o'clock, and they get there at 9:45. So it's just the same thing that happens sometimes with the show. So
you
we're
want
going to
them
work
there
on
at 9, you better tell them it started at 8.
Yeah, we're going to work on Rick and Michael. Michael, you plan on coming so we can see you for the end of the show? Thank you. Come on back in, Mike, so we can see you as we end this show here. But
they want to see the pearly whites.
Them dimples.
He be trying to cover them up. I told him to shave. All you have to do is shave right here and just leave them out. But no, he don't want to do that. Yeah. See, Margo knows. She be like, she got them.
I can't help it. I just laugh or smile, and they just
be right there.
Yeah.
My granny told me, she said the reason you got dimples is because you are a true child of God. And the one time you thought about lying, God grabbed you by your jaws and said, "Little boy, don't you lie to me." And God's hand
that's cute.
has been down upon me. You know what I'm saying?
That's cute. I like that, Granny. All right, y'all, it's time to get out. For those of you, I know, right? So those of you who want to be a guest on the show or anything like that, be sure to hit us on either my social media that you saw just now, or the website is Tandyland, TANDILAND. One day I'm gonna put it up here, but you know, if you go back a little bit, you'll see it all there. So info@tandyland.com, or Tandy Girl. You see my name up there, Tandy Girl. So Tandy Girl AIL@gmail.com. I don't know what these guys are doing, but I'm grinning right with them. You know, I don't even know what they're laughing at right now, but I'm laughing too. But so we've enjoyed yet another show. We've had a great time here. We hope that you out there have had a great time tuning in, listening to us. And if you have ideas ever for topics out there, folks, let us know about that too. We'd be happy to oblige, you know, the whole night. But as I say in Friday,
that old T-Tape, all MJG. Come on.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I had a crush on Tila. I told y'all that, right?
You do now.
He was late to the studio. I was at the Suave House. I was interviewing A-Ball and MJG, and Tila was all late. But when he came in, I forgave him because he was cute. I said, it's okay.
Man, I'm like, we had a conversation about that cat a couple of days ago, like, or a couple weekends ago, like, I'm gonna see the Tila. Like, that cat
Hey, what? I remember being at Dance Across Texas, man. When that song dropped, man. Hey, look here, man. We was in that.
We just woke all the way up.
Walk all the way up and lean to the side.
Dance across plexus. Cool.
I even remember that. But y'all, we're gonna get out here. We'll talk about that in the after show here. We thank y'all again for being here. And see if I remember, because sometimes I forget my saying is, as I like to say in parting, good things come to those. I forgot it already. No, good things. Good with patience. Better things come to those. What?
Work for it. Shit. Damn it.
Well, I know I must have spiked it pretty hard tonight.
Spiked your cup.
We ain't spiked tea. You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying?
I
Hey, hell
know,
no,
guys.
wasn't
See, we ain't spiked tea. Who spiked tea?
Well, I can say I'll start from here. Better things come to those who have patience, but the best things come to those who never give up. See, I didn't give up. I didn't
No,
remember
you
the
didn't.
clue, but I didn't give
Neither
up.
There
did
you
your
go.
cup.
Didn't
Neither
give
did your
up.
cup.
Yeah.
Your cup didn't give up either.
I
No,
know,
no,
right?
she didn't give up. She didn't give up her cup. That's what she
Well, y'all, we've had a good time laughing tonight. So I'm Tanya Dixon, and this here is the Living Room team. We've enjoyed you all. You all have a beautiful week out there,
Yes.
and we shall see you next time on Art Imitates
Imitates
Live.
Live.
Next time now.